Cool.
In like preferences, is there voice acting that we can turn off?
There is no voice acting as far as I know.
Okay, good. I know some games have it and you can turn it off if you're doing a
Yeah,
stream.
because I was looking through their README thing, and it has like all of like how to do things, all of the controls, but then it has at the end self-voicing mode, which reads text to the user using an OS-supplied speech synthesizer.
Got it. Should I pin the content warning message?
It's all right. There's no one in here right now. It's just us. We're just hanging out.
All right.
Let me...
just to feel like I'm doing something.
I'm just pulling up the Twitch so I can make sure things look okay.
I am excited to make a breakup happen.
Me too. Sorry, I'm just like trying to figure out where the fuck the stream manager is because I lost it. All right, just us hanging out. All right, and I do also have a walkthrough if all else fails, and we turn out to be shit at this because they do have a walkthrough, which is very nice of them.
Got it. We love it. We love
people
a guy
who are bad at it. Let me just window. This is fine. Music volume. Transitions are on. We can fix that after. Stop after choices. Skip sign. Text speed.
I did see someone in the comments on Itch.io say that like some of the endings were just like not as satisfying as the true ending, but I don't know what our odds are of getting the true ending.
Watch
so
us
we'll just
get like one of
it.
the unsatisfying ending.
We get the ending where like
it's
no
just
one
bad.
breaks up and we're just in limbo.
Yeah.
We don't even break up. We're just really upset about it all.
I'm just speeding up the text because I feel like we always want it to.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oops. I accidentally hit the wrong button. It went away.
I was like, all right, that's all, everyone.
That's all, folks. It's fine. I am always thinking about the I'm gonna share that with you again. The visual novel Haley Nella and I never made, where it's just a bunch of very different stereotypes for vampires, and the main character.
Wait, holy shit! Because I think we were living parallel lives. Because I remember in middle school being like, I'm gonna make a webcomic that's about a bunch of different stereotypes of vampires.
Hello! Yes, supposedly. Hello. I guess we're speedrunning. We don't actually know anything about this. We'll also have to figure out who's voicing what as we go.
Yeah, well, also, holy shit, I just realized, unrelated, we can yell about it later, I just realized Fan Expo Boston, like, never replied to my query, so I think we're, like, fucked.
I'll message them again, but I don't know what else to tell you.
You did all you could.
Okay, April 1746.
Yay!
Love a building. Okay.
Do you want to do like narration?
Sure. Of the men who went to battle, only a portion returned to town. Of the men who returned to town, only a portion remained alive. I checked the fallen figures face by face, streets to outskirts. Alistair Fairbairns?
Yeah. Fairbairn, I think.
Sure. Son had visited me 3 times. Enough I knew there was a family resemblance, but not enough to stave off hope I'd failed in identifying a body. The church collected the nearest dead to provide a real resting place. Anyone too far east would be co-signed to the ground they collapsed on, or an English-made mass grave. If I couldn't find the lad in town, other hands would find him. If I couldn't find him in the fields, I had to find him. We are looking for a dude.
Woo! And we are in the dark. Which I don't know how we're gonna find. Flashlights aren't real yet, so I guess we're just kind of hoping we trip over him.
There's the moon.
We're hoping we just like stumble.
Yeah, it's fine. Further from the nest than I'd been in 5 years, the sky climbed higher and the valley stove deeper. The world opened and offered to claim me. Tristram? Yes. Tristram Nomad. Tristram Sellsword. Tristram Taylor. Something about that name tripped up my tongue. Sorry about that. What are these buttons?
It's a tongue twister.
What are these buttons? Okay. I was just like, what does this mean?
Are you having fun clicking?
Listen. There is nothing tying you to Inverness. Inverness, I guess. I don't know. There is nothing in Inverness at all. Take your skills and leave, as you have left every other place and every other life in the last 800 years. Oh? Wait, I did read...
Are we a vampire?
I did read the thing, and I was like, I think I even, like, acknowledged that on the itch.io it says he's an expert in keeping up appearances. In actuality, Triss is immortal. And it just like completely slipped my mind when we started. I was too focused on the fact that we're in the middle of a breakup. For once the world was wrong. Hidden in my bedroom, a man waited for his son. I turned my focus to the road, to the task, to the terrain at my feet. A crossroad appeared, one arm marked with a dry stone wall. Corpses were stacked against it. Gross. At the bottom of the pile, I saw fair baron's features, blonde hair, pale skin, staring blue eyes. George. Uh-oh.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Well, bad news.
Bad news. Bad news.
We found him.
Uh-oh. Too much weight on his gentle body. Tartans caught on the pins and weapons of his comrades. Fermenting in the damp, the insects writhing from the mud and into his wounds. Impossible to drag him out alone. Gross. I sat by the heap and suffered the rain with him. Also gross. Don't sit next to him.
Yeah, we gotta tell the dad.
We can't sit next to him, buddy. Gross. Ugh. The smell's gotta be bad, my guy. God. 800 years old doesn't mean you have no nose. Rain to drizzle, drizzle to mist, a well-to-do sort rode by on a horse, their pace a curious trot. I stood from the wall. Would he help me? A startled yes came in reply. Levering the heap, I watched him pull the lad free. The damage, somehow worse when viewed alone, no others to compare it to. Despite the noble's gaze, I laid my hands on the body, skin to sunken skin, and focused. My palms glowed star-white. Normal things to do. Okay. Oh, he's fine! He's okay.
Oh, he's good now, it's fine.
He's okay. Cares. The lad's cheeks filled, the insects fled his wounds, and his color returned. Still, and still dead. Oh, okay. Never mind, just kidding. He's not fine. He's not good.
He looks better, you know.
We put a little bit of blush on him.
Yeah. We did like the makeup for him.
Yeah.
He's all good now.
Yeah. I couldn't mend the essential breaks, but I could make him presentable for his father. Presentable is often enough. I mean, I guess. I don't know. May 1750, which I think is 4 years. Fuck if I know. Presentable. What makes a man presentable? Clear complexion, clean clothes, carefully cut hair, perhaps. At 67, Alistair Fairbairn had few wrinkles, a laundered coat, and neat shave. Still, I'd call him a mess overdue for tidying. It's this leg, and his fool approach to tending it. The knee bulges at an ankle. He could have let me set it. The skin crawls with white and green. He could have let me apply alcohol. I don't think alcohol will do anything there. I thought it was just, like, used for, like, cleaning. I don't think that, like, whatever. You can't escape anything on sickly feet. Neither the Highlands nor the world, not with me around. I acknowledge...
it might prevent infection, but if the infection's already, like, happening, I don't think
I thought it was... For some reason, my brain was like, oh, it's, like, dislocated. It could be an open wound or something. I don't know. Also, I feel like they're definitely supposed to have accents, and I just can't be bothered to do, like,
it's all good.
Bad... Scottish accent. Yeah, it's Scottish. My Scottish is not good.
You think I can even do one? It's fine. We don't have to.
All I've got. All any of us have got. Everyone who's like, oh yeah, I can do a Scottish accent. Can you do anything besides, like, things from the Brave trailer? Like, let's all be honest with ourselves here for a second. Like, do you have to do the Brave trailer to get into your Scottish accent? Because you might not have it as good as you think if that's the case. Seriously, that's all I got. Therefore, I am not doing.
No, I'm not judging you. You're fine.
Yeah. Again, my palms glow star white, like father, like son. Curing decay is my talent, whether old age and illness in the living or the literal kind in the dead. And Alice isn't gone yet. Should my work succeed, he won't be gone for a while. Ugh. Your turn.
All right. Where are my old clothes?
Who is texting me? Snapchat. Nonviolent anger is Alice's habit, but tonight he throws his cane.
Pretty boy.
Damn, you're 67?
Yeah, you look good.
I know. You look awesome for...
I need to put that old man in a situation.
Sorry.
Damn, who said that?
His arms...
I still, every day, I think about my favorite tweet, the one where it's like the guy with the cringy pickup line. It's like, walks back again as a vampire. Was that guy bothering you?
Was that guy bothering you?
Was that guy bothering you?
It's fine. His arms are still foreign. The throw misses by 2 feet. There's a clatter as the cane hits the wall, the floor, bounces over itself, stops, unbroken. Oh. You're tall.
Do you want to be the main character then?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm already doing the narration and,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
It makes sense. It was for your health. He hops toward me. I know it's because he, like, threw the cane, but there's something funny about the description hops.
Yeah.
Bends to the ground, picks up the cane. Stands again, tapping it to the rug.
You're a real devil.
He's trying to figure me as something Mephistophelian. There we go.
Mephistophelian. It's Mephistopheles.
Whatever.
And the reason I know that is because of Welcome to Hell.
Fair enough. Well, he's near the truth, but with cotton wool in place of a brain, he's hardly Faust. Yeah, I was gonna say, or that, but you know. And the topless towers of Inverness burnt for a bonny prince, not sweet Helen. I'm just a man, same as any other.
And I was just man. I was a just man. I was one of those things. Now.
You know. He lifts the
I was a man.
Just normal men.
We're just innocent men.
I love that video so much.
I know.
It's a good video. He lifts the small of the cane from the floor and tips it skyward, the pendulous head swinging to the lowest point.
Now.
His hands slip together as if he's holding a golf club.
Are you trying to, like, visualize it?
When was golf invented? Okay, it was... It originated in 15th century Scotland.
Okay. Alright, interesting. Okay. Maybe he invented it.
Maybe we invented it. Maybe that was art. Maybe we did that.
That's what killed his son. He golfed too hard.
No, not golf. Sometimes things will say things and I have to go, is that real? And this time it was. So, I love historical accuracy. So glad there's golf.
Sorry, I just saw a really funny tweet. I'm sorry, I'm good now. Now.
This guy's going through it. Look at his eyes. Is he okay?
He's so upset.
Well, he sweeps the cane over his head and attempts to hammer it down on mine. Bam.
Whoa!
I catch it by the shaft some inches above my skull. He's stronger than he was, but I have the sturdier frame. I trust his tantrums over. We are walking. Pacing backwards, I pull him into my workshop. We're only a few meters off the exterior door and the staircase to the street.
Stop it.
You could let go of the cane.
Not taking my legs again.
I'm not. You are. Throwing this around, provoking me, making poor decisions.
Decisions? Pass out from a fever, wake up like this? Tell me, Tristram, do people make decisions in their sleep?
I do. I do all the time. I make choices, and then I wake up and I'm like,
my dreams are crazy.
I want to turn the music down a little.
I had a dream 2 nights ago where I made a really good ice cream sundae, and just as I was starting to eat it, I woke up, and I was so fucking mad.
One time, forever ago.
Also, the way I would pull up on you.
Yeah.
Me? I mean, I saw him, and I literally had no excuse, so...
Yeah. I've had dreams before, and I've woken up and felt like deep loss for no longer being in that
I had a really
dream.
funny dream where I was like suddenly backstage with MCR, except it was literally just Gerard and like someone from my college. And I remember I almost fucked up really bad because there was a Capri Sun on a table, and I was like, I want a Capri Sun, and it was Gerard's Capri Sun, so I almost drank Gerard Way's Capri Sun.
Unfucking believable.
You know, that was an egregious error.
God. He tugs the cane once more. I hold tight. He predictably gives in. His hands squeak off. No. He stumbles back. His knee cracks. He crumples to cradle it. Don't exacerbate your injury. I can't speak. The words are gone. You can do it. The words are gone.
Make me young. Don't make my leg better. You useless.
Yeah. Why did we fix the... Oh, wait. We just said we fixed decay. We don't do shit about anything else.
Yeah.
Sorry about your knee.
No, I'm useless. My joints, my house. Invite me into every bad place and every bad plan. I say yes to every invitation. Ought to report you for buggery. Aye, that'd do it. London might have legalized sorcery, but sodomy's a crime in both books. Ignore God how you like, can't ignore the garrison. No, oh no.
Well, you know.
Give me my cane, Triss. Yeah, like, it's not really a great response to that. I'm just like,
I'll walk
you. You'll let go. You'll leave me without any legs to stand on.
What would you like to do?
What do you think we should do?
I don't know.
Do you think, I'm like, the nice thing to do is give him the cane, but I'm like, he'd just threaten us also.
Maybe we just give him the cane and not be a dick.
Yeah. We're doing bad at being, getting a break of going, but you know.
Yeah. If he falls the second time, it'll be his responsibility. I flip the cane around and offer him the head. He stands. He rises from the ground. He is no longer sinking into the quicksand.
The quicksand is gone.
Yeah, he accepts it. There he goes. He walks to the door. I could ignore his wishes and offer a helping hand. Help him down the steps 30 at a time, faster than he'd like. 30 at a time?
Are we real good at jumping?
I know, I was gonna say, that's a crazy jump, dude.
Whee!
No, let him pass.
Pass away. Not hardly a canonizing act, but it's better than expected.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Who said goodbye?
I don't know, maybe it was you.
Oh, maybe it was me. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
The word doesn't deserve to be said aloud. Less than a 10th my age and 10 times as frustrating. I should have let him escape the way he wanted, but I couldn't cut that last tie, and both ends are knotted tight. Oh, you look miserable.
I think everyone is, to be fair. So far, everyone seemed miserable.
Yeah, we're not seeming to be in an awesome spot. Vinegar? Ew.
That's what keeps us alive. We just drink so much fucking vinegar.
I stir from the armchair. My clothes stink of vinegar. Mental athletics work up a sweat as sour as any other and invite slumber in ill-advised places. Sleep has made the threat more real, demanded a response. The options before me. Leave now, avoid arrest. No funds saved, not after buying equipment to try cobbling. I'd have to abandon my possessions and disappear on foot. A safer start, but a harsher end. Unemployed in a gutter across the country, with nothing but a broken case and whatever fits inside. Oh, for a career that demands fewer supplies. Alternatively, I stay and save for a proper journey. This option comes with a chance of arrest. Arrest comes with certain execution. Destitution in a foreign city would be another kind of death sentence, wouldn't it? On foot, I could manage the merest tailoring equipment, enough to mend if not to make. Perhaps I'm being too pessimistic about immediate departure. As long as I'm taking the threat as genuine, it's my best option. I should seize it while I have the chance. Oh. Noises. I stand, I swing my shoulder, and click my neck to either side. I bend backwards until the stiffness eases out of my spine. Never growing any older is the defining perk of immortality, but age and angry joints are not necessarily synonymous. Are Alistair's any calmer now? My closet holds artifacts from my last move. A valise tearing at the buckles, maybe. An outdated cocked hat. I heave the bag by its straps and set it on the floor, one of the pairs snapping in the process. Ah. With a huff, I duck into my bedroom. Keeping each item folded, I take my valuable clothes from my drawers. A capelet with a flory counterflory around the hem, a short-sleeved coat with a colorful yoke, antique asymmetrical Venetian
This is your wheelhouse. It's the fashion part now.
Oh, hello, Nikki. We are playing Inverness Nights because we're just.
This is a one-timer.
Yeah, we're filling a gap before Ghost Trick. But hello, welcome. Into the case they go. A few trinkets, a short sword, some tartans I haven't worn in decades, probably won't wear for decades to come. This band seems set to last. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, that makes sense. Englishmen or English sympathizers could show up any minute, spot me in them, another charge to read as I approach the gallows. On to scissors, threads, needle sets, and a box I keep full of buttons and other notions, several coils of ribbon. I won't bother with fabric. It's all out of fashion, much like my hat, only suited for sentimental work.
And Nikki, I'm having fun. I think so. I think it's fun so far.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's happening. Case filled with everything.
Things are rough, I think.
Things are not awesome. Case filled with everything I can easily remember, I plunge into the depths of my mind for any sunken necessities, only to be hauled up by a knock. My heartbeat, my breathing, and the hairs on the back of my neck raise in turn. Alistair's not a morning person. By this sunlight, I'd barely call it 8. Is he really so committed to my demise?
Maybe the breakup happens right here. Game's over.
I've confronted death in 100 red fields. I can confront it at my front door.
How prompt.
A woman.
He's scared.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, On this morning or any other, a woman is on.
He just sees women in the streets. He's like, that's not right.
He's like, what the fuck? No, I get what he means. It's just very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art style's fun. On this morning or any other, a woman is odd, professionally and personally. He's like, there
was one visual novel that I think it was too long for us to do in one sitting, but there was one which it was the opposite. It had like that classic anime visual novel style, but it was like Yuri in the South, and I thought that was a really funny concept.
Oh my God, that's fun.
It was like literally, can two anime girls get together in Texas? And I'm like, what if they can?
What if they can? We might have to check that one out.
I don't know if it's any good. But like, I think I also don't know how suggestive it is, because one of the advertisements had one of them just in their bra.
Fair
but
enough.
Also, if we can find confirmation that it wouldn't get us in trouble with Twitch, it would be fun to do Southern Yuri, I think.
Yeah. How may I help you?
May I come in? It's still as cold as winter here.
Having a woman inside my workshop would be a boon, whatever she's entering for. Certainly. Yeah,
you,
literally,
sir.
Nikki. When have I ever done anything? Because, when has something not being good stopped me from doing anything? I'm actively going to watch that one terrible-looking movie on Amazon Prime that I definitely should not watch.
I'm scared to ask which one.
I can't. I'll tell you some other time. I can't say it because the reason I worked on it is the reason I want to watch it is one that I can't, So.
Yeah. Oh, you're packing. Have I come out at a bad time?
Yes.
Hi, Nate.
Hello.
I mean, to be fair, any of it's a bad time. It's all a bad time right now.
It's all a bad time. I'm heading on a trip, but a short chat is no trouble. If you want shoes from me because apparently I'm a cobbler, that's not gonna happen. Sorry about that. Why are you on your way to my house?
A trip? How long are you going?
Indefinitely. Nate, we will talk about it later. Just not on stream. Just for me. Oh yes, you're flying. I forgot.
Are you and Nate gonna meet?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, Nate will just be on the East Coast.
Got it. Maybe Nate will visit me. Anyway, why?
Private matters.
I asked the innkeeper about a dressmaker. He told me, don't bother with the specialist. The tailor nearby, he dabbles. He made my wife's favorite ensemble. I hope it's not money trouble. You seem valued, and I'm sure if someone knew.
My finances are fine, and they don't need to know. You could pay to learn tact.
Be nice, Tristram. Jesus.
Come on, man.
I know that you're having a yaoi moment right now, but please.
Come on, dude. Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
No.
Oof. Oof.
I would make her a dress if I knew how. Sorry for forgetting my place. If you won't share your business, may I share mine? Assuming I'm still no trouble.
She's like, maybe I leave now. It's uncomfortable.
She's like, what if I killed myself?
Her business is already half shared, though I should have figured it from her first words. English, so not local, expecting some secret garrison wife.
All right, I can do that accent.
Yeah, and she couldn't be a bastard. I haven't known any woman lately. What?
Well, you know.
Obviously.
But also that would be crazy if like I hope you would keep track. Like, I know you're immortal. I would hope you kept at least some track of if you had kids or not. Like, just hopefully.
The sole reason I tried them, I was like a child forced to try vegetables. Swallowing for help and for the sake of my parents.
We are in like 1750, Nikki. I'm not saying he's still insane for it, but like
yeah, it's still a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
Thus the only option, a customer. Sorry, I can't. There was something that drove me nuts, but I tried them because I had like vegetables.
Yeah.
Good thing to say about women. Share away.
That's actually, you know what? That's actually a really fun way of seeing a character is gay. Like, we should do that more.
I tried them like vegetables.
Yeah, just being like, ew, it's like Brussels sprouts, not for me. No, thank you. Thank you, sir. If it isn't obvious, I'm fishing for a new ensemble. With what you've said about leaving, I should probably mention up front I'm prepared to pay an emperor's ransom.
Ugh. See, here's the thing. We're fleeing from a bad situation, but money is so cool.
That's the thing. It's like we do love a coin.
The same emperor's ransom she used to purchase her current, rather depressing costume. Oh, the fabric is serviceable. The cut is modern, at least on this side of the channel. There are pearls, there is lace. But the English are known counterfeits. If they've invented fake crystal, why not mock other adornments? The chiffon at her hem is unraveling. And why run a rope around her neck if she can afford better? That accessory opens the trapdoor and drops her from fraud.
Because it's funky. She's having fun.
I was thinking earlier that looked like rope, but I didn't want to like insult the artist if it wasn't meant to be rope.
That is kind of fun if she just is like, I got extra rope. It's going around my neck.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's also around the dress, so I was like, maybe it's not rope. Maybe it's just like that's the stat. No, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I'm glad my gut instinct that, hey, that's just rope was right.
It paid off.
That's rope. Whoa.
Hey,
man,
Sam.
even in your head, be nice.
I hope Alistair comes back and just murders us with that cane.
Likely feigning luxury for the purpose of whoring. Thanks, buddy. I'll consider.
Excellent.
Provided you show me this fortune. Ah, shit.
Of course, I should have done that to begin with.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, no, there's no, like, history situation. He said something. What he said, I don't know. I accidentally clicked past it. There's not a history situation here for me to click. Her hand weaves down her stays as if tempting me to follow. No.
He's so... Literally that, like, tweet that's, like, so gay, you're misogynistic.
Yeah! Just like all those early 2000s, like not even early 2000s, just
yeah,
like
all those,
so
like,
many
old
television
anime
shows.
Yeah, like Naruto and Sasuke type beat.
Yeah, where it's just like you hate women so much you became gay.
Yeah.
Back from the valley.
It's not great technically, but it's really funny is the thing.
Mm-hmm. Back from the valley. Is she surprised by my lack of interest? Her smile stays steady, so mayhaps not.
Maybe she's gay, you know?
Maybe. I could be misunderstanding. While I speak several languages, the female tongue has always eluded me. That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it seems like you don't talk to women, so like maybe...
He's basically confirmed he doesn't talk to women. I don't know if he talks to anyone.
He talks to Alistair, and it's just Alistair being like, you fucked me and I could arrest you for that. Like, he's not having good conversations with anyone. It's not the whole payment. I don't have any pockets, and this bonus only fits so much.
That's such a fucking lie. Not to like get into it, but like they actually had you would have slits in, and you would actually tie pocket bags around. They were just bags, and they would just go around your waist.
I see.
So she has she has hip pads on. So you would have your hip pads, and you would have your literal pocket bags that would go under, and all of your petticoats have just like a slit, and including the upper one. So you just have, they're pretty big pockets. They just hang out. Like, they absolutely had pockets in those dresses. If anyone cares. If anyone was curious.
I care.
I love fashion.
Anyway, also I want to sound more British. The thing is that, like, I keep laughing and I'm like, I'm afraid to push the accent while having the giggles, because I think that's really bad for everyone.
I could do a British accent, but whenever someone's like, okay, this one's Irish, or this one's Scottish, I'm like, ooh, I can only do my generic British one from TV.
That's the thing, is I have my Pride and Prejudice freshman year accent, and that's all I got in me, and that's fading fast. So
valid. She holds a red gold purse with a clashing pink tie. Opening the lips, she reveals,
though it's probably a full month of work, unless you're now you spread it to me. Now I can't talk. You're presently paid what you're worth.
Solid gold coins. No messing around, no messing with pounds and bank wars and all the trouble of legal tender. A substance I can pass and barter at every edge of the known world. What could she possibly want made? Maybe I need to lift her status back to fraud. Could be counterfeit, couldn't it? If it's solid gold, just do the bite thing. Just If I took it for real, others would do the same. That's what
I was gonna say. Like,
what does it matter if it's fake? We decide what money's worth. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. What do you need my skills for?
A robe, a petty, and a stomacher.
That's like nothing. That's a lot of money for. Really?
Maybe she wants it is there a way you can make it even fancier?
Oh, for sure. I'm just like, that's crazy. That's like, cause like you would drop like a lot of money, but admittedly, like if you're asking for a robe and a single petty, maybe it's just like she's using all her normal undergarments and other petticoats and like bustle and all that stuff, and like sure, but only one.
Yeah. My hem's fraying, as I'm sure you've already noticed. I didn't until it was too late for repairs.
Your last outfit was made in England, was it?
London.
It's fucking ugly. Typical. The innkeeper had a good choice of words. I only dabble in frocks. Even so, if you trust his recommendation, and you're offering that much, I'll take the job. I could hire a proper coach and move my furniture. I could move it to the first home I see. Then I could stop work for a year and focus on my hobbies. God, I wish that were me. The concern here is time. This should only take a day or two, complexity depending. You're fucking what? A day?
Right.
This guy has crazy abilities.
He's gonna do like ancient cocaine. Or he's gonna just fucking zoom. Did they have cocaine back then? He's found it.
1750? I don't fucking know.
Whatever they have, he's doing it.
Yeah. The concern here is time. This should only take a day or two, complexity depending, but every hour in Inverness is an hour more of worry. Though having a woman in my shop will help if the law comes knocking. This could work well. I might even escape with my hair still red. How is it gonna help if there's a woman if...
No, I mean, if he's being arrested on accusations of sodomy.
Oh, you're right, you're right. You're
like,
right.
No, I have a girlfriend.
Thanks for the cocaine fun facts, Nikki.
Okay, then he 100% is doing it then.
For real. He's immortal. Who gives a shit?
He's like Polly from Monster Prom. Mm-hmm. My best friend Polly.
Assuming my inexperience with skirts and stays doesn't drastically reduce my speed, what if she wants me to come up with a design or provide fabric? Usually you do. Do both the things.
He's like, when? I don't want to do any work.
I guess he's technically a tailor, but like you sometimes you would source your own fabric, sometimes you wouldn't. I don't know. She's giving you the thing is she's giving him so much money that like if you're giving that amount, usually it is like a design and a fabric source and everything. Anyway, then I have to source it, and this is why I'm a tailor. Women have too many complexities, too many curves. Nothing like drafting for men, straight lines, sharp angles. This guy has never had to make clothes for men that weren't just a stick.
He would hate my ass. He would tell me to kill myself for real. He would see my hips and he'd start hitting me with a cane.
Oh no. Were it not for the money, I'd regret this already. I need a few more details before I can begin. Yes, I must begin this morning. I'll delay my escape until we're done, but no further. She's like, escape? I thought you were just leaving. What do you mean escape?
Maybe that was supposed to be a thought. That might have been supposed to be a thought. I wonder if that one was supposed to be a thought. Oh, no, he did say that.
She's like, what?
Escape.
This guy's so bad at
I think she's allowed to pry if she's giving you all that money.
Don't pry. Now. I want to know her name.
Specifications.
But he's such an asshole, so I don't think he'd ask her name.
And also, like, we should know what she wants, also.
We also should take her fucking measurements. He's gonna fucking eyeball it?
Yeah.
Are there any desired materials?
Yes to both.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Maybe, whatever. She returns to the door and reaches behind the frame. A bolt of purple fabric.
Oh, maybe it's like we asked that one. Maybe it's like we asked the question out loud, like, are there any specifications? And then we asked,
oh, maybe,
like, fabrics.
She dumps the bolt on my armchair. Once more, her hand winds down her stay. She produces a surprisingly intact piece of paper. Surprisingly intact? Bitch, it's just skin down there.
What does he think boobs do?
They eat it.
I wish. You know what? I wouldn't be getting top surgery if mine had teeth, if they could just eat people. That'd
this
be
is
sick.
A guy who definitely believes in the, what is it called? Ventura dentata?
What's that again?
It's when the vagina has teeth.
Oh, alright, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is it that? But I didn't want to say that if I was wrong.
No, there's a lot. I had to read a bunch about it for one of my religion classes. Fun fact.
That sounds really fun, though.
I loved my mythology classes. They were so good.
I just think it's fun. Like, what if? What if you got a monster? What if you had a monster?
What if?
I think the world would be a better place.
It'd be more interesting, that's for sure. Must you keep doing that? Dude, she told you she has no pockets. The fuck is she supposed to do with shit?
Yeah.
She forgot to put them on this morning.
Yeah. What?
Rummaging in your clothes.
Right, it's not proper behavior, is it? In any case, these are my plans.
An elaborate robe, drowning in trims and beads. Small wonder she offered me several years' pay. Most men would take that long to craft this. There's a joke. Chiffon drapery on the sleeves to be properly finished in this time. This one detail I can guarantee. I take the sheet, my fingers trace the design. It's likely she drew this. The lines are shaky as though they've been written on a carriage ride or with numb fingers. Numb hands, not fingers. Saying words. Sound anatomy. Under some sections there are skeletal construction lines. I have to substitute most of the trims, and while I keep a supply of beads, some of your notes mention...
Real gold?
Why?
I have that. I have that and the other listed supplies at my inn. I thought bringing them today would be getting ahead of myself.
I see. This bolt here is the petty and stomacher fabric.
Isn't it interesting?
No. Were cultures and times where lilac was interesting for its illegality. This is not one of them. It's not beige, but it's not tartan. To some, I suppose. Looking through the lot of this, I'm estimating a full week to finish. It's not ideal, but what is? He's like, I can do it in a day, and he sees it, and he's like, fucking shit. God damn it. If that's acceptable, let's continue to the fitting. That's nuts. I know, I'm sure you won't be doing anything else, but a week seems nuts for, like, the dress that is in my brain.
Excellent.
Girl, you don't look like it's excellent. You look distressed. Oh.
She can feel the misogyny.
She's like, oh god. Here we go. Holding the fabric to her stays, I deconstruct the garment in my mind. Which rises am I supposed to hang this off? Merciful that their garments are taken from their underwear instead of their bodies, flattening down all the dimensions to a simple slab of hang on. Your stays are crushing you.
Aren't they supposed to?
That's not what stays look like. What I mean by that is stays, you don't have that, like, dip for, like, the underboob. It's pretty flat.
Got it.
Generally. They're, like, they're softer than corsets, but not really as much of a shape. I don't really know how to describe them because they kind of, like, drift into, they eventually become a corset, and it's, like, unclear really where they switch, in my opinion. I don't know, Nikki. I guess we just don't know. That's also not what, like, a chemise looks like that would go under it, but, like, who am I to, whatever. To an extent, but there's a difference between fitting for vanity and fitting for denial. Girl, just use padding like the rest of us. But then what's in denial here? I need a third option. Or ignorance. Between this and the fact that you let someone sell you a fraying robe, I'm not sure you understand how clothes are meant to work.
Oh my god. Leave her alone.
Well, considering her drafting skills is actually rather sad. It's like seeing someone eat a well-chosen but half-ripe fruit, a promising start invalidated. I don't want to see you hurt out of ignorance. You need a properly fitted stay or you'll wreck something. Your ribs, your organs. I am not a doctor, but I'm a man of common sense. And me, a man of common sense who hasn't spoken to a woman in ages, knows about proper stay fittings. How does this bitch know? Wait a minute. How does this guy know about stays? When is he seeing women's undergarments?
He just doesn't like the women in them.
Who am I to say what goes on inside them?
Are you good?
No. Maybe
I know he said he hasn't known a woman in a while. I don't think he's known one ever.
He said he tried them like vegetables.
Did he
has he seen a boob?
That implies that he slept with them at least once. Did he get his hand? He got like his hand on her chest and he was like, ew, and then he ran home.
Maybe they have extra layers of soft tissue to match the rest of their soft nature, and it's that's getting constricted. No, this is disconcerting. Even though I know next to nothing about the inner workings of women, I can't allow this.
You're probably right, but there's no alternative.
Why not?
You waved me off the topic of your escape. I'm allowed privacy too. If you're worried for my health...
I'm not.
My health? Better we leave it like this.
You dying, girl? Not smart enough to realize the fit is crushing her, but wise enough to say the crushing is the lesser evil. It's none of my business. Furthermore, my business will suffer if I keep this up. My hands move stiffly across the petty silk. It crackles at the touch, brittle like aged bones, more solid than a mid-weight weave should be. The embroidery is unusual too, arabesque, all abstract eagles and stars, quite unlike what I make on my tambour frame. Can I see this fabric? I'd like to see it. Can you show me it?
Mm-hmm.
I know my thing with visual novels is like I get that it's very limited in what they show, but I'm always like, can you show me what we're doing? What's the fabric look like? Show me. We'll see it later, I bet. Where did you get this?
Oh, I
stole it.
I thought you never asked.
She sparks to life, every inch of her jittering with joy. Oh, fuck. Well, I actually can't save. Interesting. Wait, save? Yes, there.
You have to click one usually, yeah.
No, I had to hit save and then, yeah. Couldn't figure it out. It's fine.
It's a lengthy story, but with your work, I'll have time to tell it.
Yeah, we gotta work faster, bitch. If you want to be done in a week, this needs to go faster. Be my guest.
The way that our blush and the way that our blush drained from our face.
Yeah. Be my guest. I'm going to start pinning, so I won't be too talkative. You've already cut pieces? Whatever.
Brilliant.
He's a genius.
I'll start with a little history.
Me, whenever I start explaining things to someone, I'm like, all right, so starting back in. Like a rehearsed actor with an old monologue, she inhales. Oh, hello.
Music.
Do you want to read this?
Oh, before Before Italy and after the East, Constantinople was the center of the silk trade.
Constantinople, you say?
Yeah, I know, right? I hope a really good band makes a song about that.
Me too.
My dad's seen them like so many times.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a big fan. I'm jealous. Having stolen the means of manufacture from China, they were the first in the Western world to weave it.
We love stealing.
That's a fun one.
Ooh.
Yeah, alliteration. The Western world to weave it. We opened in a... Is it Byzantine?
Yeah.
I always forget. We opened in a Byzantine silk workshop occupied by a seamstress named Mariana. Mariana was one of the women contracted to work in the silk industry. Work and live and die. Aw, that's a bummer. While the empire was aging and its lips were looser than they had once been, its silk work remained a secret. It sought to keep these last threads of knowledge from being pulled away. Yet everything unravels eventually.
So true.
2 unauthorized men slouched through Mariana's doorway.
Oh, are we there now?
Okay, yeah, I guess we're there now. First, a man with pink eyes, the shades... Alright, what if men just had pink eyes back then?
Yeah, you know.
He had pink eye. He was very sick.
He was dying.
That's gonna be me, that's gonna be me at the con, putting on gash and then being like, I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
A man with pink eyes, the shades somewhere around rose quartz or a pale blush. On their documents, his name was Porphyrius. In conversation, it was Fury. He was a Venetian trader with a spirit like flint on steel.
This music is louder, so I'm gonna turn it down. Just so you don't...
I was gonna say it is loud.
It's like not the same level as the other one.
He's pretty too, I like him.
Oh, of course he does.
He's cute too.
He's purple.
I like them. Following it tentatively behind him was a scruffy, purple-eyed man named Sinbad. Not especially fiery. I love their Mary Sue-ass eye colors. I'm kind of obsessed. Not especially fiery, not prone to sparking trouble, but he was loyal.
Hi, guys.
Hello. While Fury was prone to misadventure, the particular predicament that had placed the pair... I love the alliteration in this. It's great. In the workshop was not of his making. It was a pale autumn afternoon in the year 1171, and a section of the city's Venetian population had attacked the Genoese, Genoese, right?
Yes.
Genoese quarter, an expected event in an overheated melting pot.
I only know that because of the sponge cake.
Yeah, I also know Genoese sponge from... It was funny, because at first I didn't know what the word was, and then like an image of Paul Hollywood like jump scared me, and I was like, Genoese sponge! He's so scary, I hate him.
Ugh.
I remember in 2020, I was like, what's he doing during the pandemic? And it was like, yeah, he just divorced his wife and he's spending the pandemic with a girl who's half his age. And everyone was like, my dad and I were like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like he got some like really young girlfriend and just like did the pandemic with her.
Man.
He's scary.
Yeah, it's
What's that? You know that one Tumblr post? It's like they wouldn't be able to catch me on the Great British Baking Show. I'd be in the woods by the time Paul Hollywood got his gun.
They like some producer clearly stepped in when they moved to Netflix and was like, you need to have a Hollywood handshake in every single episode. So now he does sometimes now he does 2, and it's like you're lowering the value of the handshake. It's inflation.
You're devaluing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's like, especially since I'm like clearly there is like he used to be like a lot meaner and a lot less like this is actually good, and I'm like this reeks of producer intervention. But also he is a jerk, so I don't, Anyway,
I like watching Gordon Ramsay sometimes. I like when he's mean to people.
But it's a little different for me. That's always the thing. Yeah. It's like, at least with Gordon, he's either working with professionals, so it's like, hey guys, you're running a fucking restaurant, pull it the fuck together. Like, health code violations, my guy. And with Great British Bake Off, I'm like, of course they don't know how to make this fucking Turkish dish that is not even popular like in Turkey. These are people who are explicitly home bakers. Calm down, Paul. Just see if they can make a sourdough.
And of course, you could like say something about the fact that it's like, obviously it is, but like I know there's been article after article about how like white Great British Baking Show is because it's all just like, that's all that it is, like all the food that they make, and it's like,
Yep.
Like, they very much stumble sometimes when they try to do anything
The
from a
fucking
different culture.
tacos? I think about the tacos every day. Crazy.
God.
Crazy. Mexican week was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Just, yeah. We should watch Great British Baking Show sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Less expected was the Empire's reaction and call to arrest every Venetian in reach regardless of their involvement.
All of them?
You know, where are we gonna put them? Fury's official options were to turn himself in or to flee and force a more personalized arrest. Why not take the chance for freedom? Why not take something else with it? Like a boyfriend?
Hell yeah.
Looks like that's what he did. Yeah, I know, right?
Hell yeah.
As a traitor, he'd been forbidden from owning flat lengths of silk. As a criminal, he was forbidden nothing. So, the silk workshops.
Love the attitude.
Yeah. So, Mariana.
Knowing Tristram, he's like, and like,
he's not listening.
Fucking who gives a shit? They drew one.
Oh, do you want to be Fury's like assist, whatever his name was? I already forgot. Yeah, the calmer one.
I thought you said this building was empty, Fury.
Said it was unguarded. Does she look like someone who'd kebab me? She mostly doesn't.
Even if she's not a guard, she won't be held accountable for letting. Won't she be held accountable for letting us go?
I suppose. Fury picked 1 teal boat and 2 greens. Taste.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sinbad said, claiming a royal purple bowl decorated in turquoise and orange.
We're broke and he's Venetian. If we escape unstocked, we'll starve. He's like, yeah.
Don't apologize. She's a government contractor. Government's running me out. We're enacting divine providence. Here, have another bowl.
Real.
Sinbad yelped into the new way. She's just like writing a fan fiction at this point. Like, because it's like, how do you know that he yelped at that point? No offense, girl. Like you know that they were there. Did Mariana tell you the details?
Yes.
To that point?
Yes.
She's like she's adding emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
Sinbad yelped under the new weight, red with blue and gold birds. Mariana said nothing, but swept towards a table and stooped from her great height to rummage beneath it.
Oh, that's probably me. Let's keep running. Any more would be greedy.
The men had 3 bolts each. Sinbad's were clutched to his chest. Or, if you want to listen to actual deterrent, there's the fact my arms are at top capacity, Fury said, adjusting his last bolt to balance on his shoulder.
This won't be suspicious at all, walking down the street.
Yeah. He gave a nod, Sinbad gave a bow. The 2 men turned to exit. Mariana cleared her throat. Dropping a bolt onto the table, she stared at their backs. Fury turned again, whacking Sinbad in the face with the protruding bolt end. Poor Sinbad. First grade lilac, color and quality both unavailable to common folk, let alone common foreigners. Passage on your ship in exchange for this. Worth more on its own than all 6 of those other rolls, she insisted. The loose edge drifted, abstract hands waving from within the patterns.
Tristram is like, are you telling me this fucking fabric is 500 years old and you want me to make a dress of it?
He touches it and it just like disintegrates.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
It's sand now.
It'd be too dangerous for.
Just dangerous enough to be an adventure. Toss it on Sinbad. Deport.
He got him. He's escaping from the government with both a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
That's great.
And that's what we. He's doing the work.
I'm obsessed with him. The trio were off.
New song.
Love this one. It's funky. Within 20 meters of the workshop, Fury tossed his bolts onto Sinbad. Oh my god, this guy's gonna crumple. Let him breathe now. Is he supposed to keep running?
Don't worry.
His pace declined, but he held fast the stack, tense through his upper body.
No, it didn't. There we go.
Mariana ran like a flood, imposing and probably impactful, but slow to build.
Fury was fleet, he took the lead and used it to engage in a spot of theft.
And Sinbad was fucking dying.
Yeah, like, I don't think your boyfriend can carry anything else. You gotta carry it.
Pockets and purses, stalls and stands, his fingers wound into any clear space,
Fuck yeah,
snapping
stealing.
jewels, coins.
Yeah, like, I'm obsessed with him. He could steal me. Who said that?
Several bags of gold and bronze beads, a diamond-encrusted buckle in the shape of an egg. That's awesome. The chaos was a question, and one sharp guard remained in the district to seek an answer. Give me a description of the men who did this.
It wasn't just men, sir.
Reaching one of the city's southern ports, Fury took the party to a small, flat-bottomed boat. It was old, but cozy and well-maintained. Sinbad threw the bolts inside the cabin. Returning to the deck, he applied his liberated hands to the anchor.
He's like, finally, thank fucking God.
Fury grabbed the oars and threw one to Mariana.
We'll row when we can.
Likely to be never unless you help fix this chain.
Sinbad called, tugging at a stuck sequence of links.
Also, I will say the writing in this is pretty solid. I really like it. I played visual novels where the writing is just like, you know, it's okay.
I haven't
it's
played
rough,
that
and
many,
I'm like,
so I'm just having a good time.
It's good. This is good visual novel writing.
Ooh.
Just take my word for it. This is above average.
I trust you.
Or sometimes it's like more flowery, but it's like purple prosy. You know what I mean? Like it tries too hard, and you're just like, all right, all right now. This is good. This is a good balance.
Hurtling down a sloped road toward the port, the guard noticed 3 figures, Italian, Persian, and, as described, standing on a deck.
Mariana, whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know who anyone is.
Flaring into a kinetic mess of red and blue.
Aw, Naramitsu.
Aww.
Kept on for the. Aw.
Aww.
That's great. Aw, they're here.
So glad they're here for us.
You know. Anyway, he kept on for the cog. Mariana!
Mariana!
He was a bird of prey.
Me too.
Mariana!
Aquila, a soldier empty of his own interest, his life charted by lawmakers and generals. The charts followed like laws of their own. The tip of the anchor fidgeted out of the ocean bed. 5 seconds more exertion, it was reeled in. The boat eased from the dock. Aquila hit the water, thin frames slicing through the surface. Fury returned to his oar and pushed harder to escape. For the merest moment, Aquila's fingers brushed the panels. And the oar swept its arc, knocking him away with a smack of wood on flesh and a crippling crack of his bones.
Woo!
Ah! People's dying!
It's fine.
The boat and its pursuer grew farther apart. Further apart turned to far from sight. The Mediterranean awaited.
And now I have it, so you know.
Silence. It's fucking done?
Maybe it's like that was the week, like she was telling it in bits and pieces over the week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's your stopping place?
Oh, okay, it was just one day.
I figured I'd save the rest for tomorrow.
I might forget the details overnight.
4 names and 3 professions?
Yes.
He's like, well, I wasn't listening, so.
I had hoped you'd be interested enough to remember and to stay for the next installment.
I don't care that much.
Though an old sailor's tale is less likely to keep you than money or professional responsibility.
You understand. Lifestyle choices.
It's actually just the money.
Yeah, that's all we give a shit about. Lifestyle choices and narrative decisions aside, she's not a complete idiot. Typical of noblewoman, if she's a noblewoman, to be savvy in social scenarios and nowhere else. Jesus Christ!
Oh my god, kill yourself.
Tomorrow, then.
Wonderful.
With that settled, feel free to leave. I'll be able to get the basic elements of the petty and stomacher completed this afternoon, and perhaps the mock-up of the robe.
I'll bring the real fabric in the morning.
Thank you for your patronage.
My pleasure.
Oh.
He's like pleasure, women. Those two things don't mix for me. One last thing.
Noisy. She plucks out the purse again and drops it on my workbench. The gold jangles into place inside.
ASMR.
I usually take payment on completion.
Why keep it rattling around in my clothes?
I don't know.
You hate that.
My move would be paid for thrice over.
What's the point if you'd rather run than help me?
The door squeaks open and she hangs her hand on the knob. She looks at me.
You never asked for my name.
No, I did not.
If you want it, it's Shell. Shell Azura.
I actually don't.
I mean, you did. Taya the person wanted it,
yeah.
So.
I ought to be more engaged. Materials and specifications are a job, not a client. Quality tailors know both. I'm Tristram Rose. Why is this name fucking me up so bad? Tristram Rose.
I think it's because I want to say Tristan.
That's probably true. I do know someone named Tristan.
It's like, because Tristan is like a name that we all know, and it's like Tristram. It's like a weird version of it.
It's said on your sign.
She's like, yeah, I fucking know.
She didn't even say goodbye. She's like, yeah, I fucking know. Click. She closes the door between herself and further discussion. She does not want to fucking talk. Customer dedication is one thing, and chasing someone down those stairs is another. The only way to prove I care is to complete the commission as or better than intended. I lift the cut fabric off my desk and move it to the dress form, base the seams, ensuring the pattern runs unbroken around the lower hem. This is to be a tiered petty, layered in panels showcasing different sections of the embroidery. Shell's design is very specific about that. While I've only cut the structured layer, none of the scalloping overhangs, I must avoid wastage of this silk.
Are you enjoying the fashion talk, I will say?
Yes.
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, 500 years is a really long time. If this is the same silk, which he's assuming, that's
Who knows?
Fragile. The silk that has survived so long, waiting for a worthy garment, waiting to be worn against all prior laws. Proliferous, running from the ruins of his people with it, stalked by the empire that took them. He seems a man I could relate to. My abnormal amounts of discretion spared my workshop, but the English gladly razed Alice's cottage after Culloden. Had he been inside, he would have been burned too. Sorry if I say any of these names wrong. They assumed Alice had passed on his own. If he hadn't, he was old and ineffectual and kept his Jacobite?
Jacobite?
Yeah, I was like, I know that's not right, but I can't remember the right one. Jacobite sympathies closeted with everything else.
Closeted.
Since that year, he's lived in an apartment. He'll stay until his son's ghost drags him into a grave. Battle claims victims long after the last bullet. Sometimes when he actually
That's
values...
a good line. That was good. I like
line.
that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when he actually values my ability to ward off death, he comes here instead. Not now, I suppose. My ward became too literal. My home became a hospital.
Weird way of saying you guys had gay sex, but you know.
Yeah, you know. A knock comes while I'm elbow deep in petticoat. I've got my hands full, there's no lock. Couldn't be me.
I hope you're excited. The robe fabric is lower grade, but just as old.
Why?
Ooh, look what you've done. I didn't think you'd be able to center the designs on the scallops.
Then why add that to her specifications? I want to check the fit before I start attaching the frills and trim.
Right, a moment to take this off. I'll leave the fabric by the armchair. I don't want to interrupt while you're concentrating.
Yet here you are anyway.
God!
But you're frowning.
Yeah, I am.
He just does that, I think.
Yes.
So.
Is something wrong?
That's my face. No. Nothing new.
You haven't mentioned any problems.
And I will continue not doing that.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
As long as the fit is off.
Can you shut it about the fit?
No. That's my job. We're not, like, friends.
I'm worried about her, though. Like, why is she not... Like, something's up, obviously.
Oh,
I'm just, like,
for
I'm
sure.
concerned. I'm really concerned.
I had to shut it. You're the one who pried it back open.
I thought you'd let it go.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Please,
No.
let it go.
No. She stares as though I've robbed her of the ability to blink, eyes perfectly still. I pick up the roll of fabric she brought in with her. I get very close. I walk it over to the dress form. I start experimenting, checking weight, drape, weave. She remains stuck in place. She'd be a flawless dress form herself.
Shall I continue the story?
If you're mad at me, better to leave for the day.
Are you going to keep pushing my boundaries?
No.
Then why do I need to leave?
Why would you want to stay?
Don't you want to keep listening?
No. Is the story even for my benefit? She pulls her pink petticoat back around her waist and takes a melodramatic breath.
The trio near the port of Thessaloniki, the first major destination within Greece, well westward of Constantinople, but still shadowed beneath it. Fury, Mariana, and Sinbad sailed through a gloomy day, gloomier than the Mediterranean should ever be. So gloomy, in fact, the weather was better described as a storm. Wind whipped at the ship, battering it over the waves, back and forth, slanting along crests and sinking into crevices between them. Mariana was shaken to the point of sickness. Fury and Sinbad were beaten and exhausted, trying to keep their little vessel under control. The shore finally rose from the sea. The branching brown fingers of the docks were an inviting sight. Sinbad took their invitation too early.
Uh-oh.
I'm scared. Not your guy.
His fashionable silk slippers were crafted for social traction, not the functional kind. Slipping along the deck, he flailed for a hold. The rigging, while happy to catch those who didn't want to be caught, seemed to writhe from his hands. At hip height, the bulwark was also unhelpful.
Uh-oh.
Eek! Performing a neat flip into the water, Sinbad disappeared. A 5-second splash of red in the waves dragged in the opposite direction of the boat.
Well...
Fury yelled and made to catch him, but even in a flat-bottomed vessel, the reach was too far, too late. Steering needed to be done. Mariana was strong, but storms needed technique to sail. He returned to the tiller, slower than the wind demanded.
Well...
The boat dragged into dock, far from sunk, but with a snapped mast, frayed lashings on the quarter rudder, torn sails, and missing slats across the deck and bulwark.
Oh, so they're not even turning back.
No,
God.
he's fucking dead. Presumably.
Wow. He lost up his boyfriend.
Mr. Purple Eyes
Cluster and
drowned.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's with the Titanic now.
Oh, God.
Bluster and downpour easing, Fury and Mariana weighed anchor and hurried inland. Sodden to the spirit, they dripped through the door of a local inn. Neither was in the mood for haggling. They paid 4 more coins than the room was worth. As they set to bed, Mariana jostled under her blanket. We should have stopped. A bolt of lightning clattered outside the window. Fury's eyes were lit, and they held the glow some moments longer than the sky.
Sinbad isn't made of paper, I'm sure.
His eyes flared without any help from the weather.
Sure, he'll be fine. Do you like secrets?
He's immortal. I don't know. What's happening?
Maybe. No, maybe. Who fucking
Maybe
knows?
we have one immortal. What if we had more?
Maybe it's a genetic thing, and who knows?
Maybe
you just kind of have it.
Everyone likes secrets. Fury liked spilling them in particular. Before Mariana could formally affirm her interests, he tipped the contents of his mind out through his mouth.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
They're immortal boyfriends.
Woo.
That's great.
What if they were immortal?
We've been
and
together
also
almost
boys
200
who
years.
kiss?
Right? We've been together almost 200 years, and we always survive these things. So it'll be okay.
He's like, yeah, it's fine. We'll find him in a bit.
It's
He's
fine.
probably chilling underwater. We'll get him later. He's talking to the fish.
He's swimming around right now.
If Sinbad wasn't, Fury would tip himself into the ocean as flippant with his life as he was with his privacy.
I like him.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him, kind of. I can be his boyfriend if Sinbad doesn't come back. I can fill in the gap. No comment on the wording there.
Uh-huh.
The next day they walked to the docks. Someone's god had mercifully tamed the tides and the cog was set on flat water. After taking stock of the damage, Fury made to town and acquired repair supplies. They were about to fix work by lunchtime, Mariana stitching the sail into a full sheet, while Fury organized the new mast.
Guess after 200 years, you just learn shit, like how to fix boats.
Probably. I mean, boats are the only way that people, like, got around, probably, so... Boats and horses.
And feet.
Sunset.
And feet. Just walking.
Yeah, well, yeah, we don't really need to learn how to do that eventually.
Sunset, taking their energy with it, no sign of Sinbad. There was more to fix. They could wait for him.
Oh no, is it gonna be a thing where they're like, we can't wait any longer?
Oh, no.
No! We can't do this.
The polycule is in shambles.
Ah! Day 1, the polycule's already gone.
God damn it.
I mean, I know it's not been one day, but it feels like it.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad at this. We're all bad at this. Everyone's breaking up in this game.
What a disaster.
Ah! Like, I think Tristram deserves a breakup. These guys don't, is the thing.
These guys did
'Cause
nothing
they're
wrong.
fun. Besides steal, but that's fine. 'Cause
That's
they
allowed.
didn't do
They were
anything
stealing
wrong.
from the government. It's okay.
And they saw pretty fabrics, so, you know,
Yeah,
they
it's
had
fine.
taste. What were they supposed to do? Not take it?
Exactly.
And, like, Mariana didn't give a shit, so it cancels out. It's cool.
It's cool.
On the second day, Fury fitted replacement slats while Mariana checked food and cargo were intact. Each of Fury's hammer strikes contained 500 years of nautical experience.
Jesus Christ.
Faster, cleaner, better than a career carpenter's.
Okay, yeah, so he's immortal.
The wood mismatched the original planks, but the skill of Fury's handiwork made it less of a defect and more of a character trait.
Tristram is listening to her talk about these immortal guys and is just like,
Oh, that's crazy.
In the afternoon, they went to Thessaloniki's marketplace and traded for a relief of Castor and Pollux. It gave them another hour of productivity, banging it into place above the cabin door.
Love Castor and Pollux.
I forget about them.
They're
so.
they're twins. Technically related to Helen and her sister, whose name I forget. But one of them dies, and then there's a few different versions of, like, do him and his brother trade places in the underworld off and on, or does, like, did they switch places permanently, or do they both become immortal in the stars? But they're a star constellation.
Got it.
They're a
That
constellation.
Got it.
But
I
they're
mean,
like,
they sound familiar. I just
they're-
couldn't remember.
Yes, they're fun. They're also. Did you read Percy Jackson?
Like, I can't remember
You
how
might.
many.
They
but I
might
read
sound
some.
familiar because there's twins in Percy Jackson named Castor and Pollux, and one of them dies.
Got it.
So maybe
Which
you
book?
just shouldn't have named your twins Castor and Pollux. That's my hot take.
Yeah, honestly.
Procrastination is harder to decry when it involves work.
Me cleaning instead of doing the stuff I need to actually do.
Yeah, right. Me doing check-ins to procrastinate working on a zine page.
There was an hour of sunlight left.
No. Oh, she's pretty.
Mhm.
Fairy and Mariana sat on the end of the dock.
They're just like, damn, where the fuck is he?
we can't run shit. We're bad at this. We're bad at polycules.
With the ocean so flat, any movement on it should have been visible.
Where the fuck did he go?
He said, Sinbad said, fuck you guys for not helping. I'm going away. He's like, you were all fake as hell.
There were gulls above. There were fish and cephalopods below. There was nothing between, no creature or criminal in the median. The only castaway from the storm was a gray cloud splaying across the sky. When the stars came out, they went in.
Haha, that's fun.
No weather, no waves, no footsteps in the dark. Fairy spoke in a whisper.
No! I'm actually gonna cry. I'm like,
no,
really
he
upset.
has to come back.
Like, I'm actually gonna
No,
like,
he has to come back, or what are we doing here?
This game sucks.
We just decided. We made an executive decision.
I'm actually gonna be like really upset.
He's gotta come back. Our purple-eyed guy needs to come back.
You know what? I realized, I'm like, why does this art style look familiar? This art style reminds me a lot of your art style.
I was thinking to say, I was like, this is a I've drawn
that does
things
mean
like
you,
some of them.
You would do really good fan art of them, is the thing.
Thank you.
Fury spoke in a whisper. I don't think he's coming back.
She's like, she's like, if I don't think about it, it's not real. So.
Mariana allowed the thought to slip by. I heard there are Byzantine forces arriving here in 2 days.
No, they only have 2 more days, and then they gotta go.
Just walk around
Fury's
the ocean a bit.
voice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're immoral, just fucking swim around, see what happens.
Fury's concern's voiced, he rolled over and closed his eyes. The rain began again. Mariana counted lightning strikes until she reached sleep. The 3rd day, they boarded the cog. Mariana had to be taught how to hoist the anchor and lower the sails. Yanking too hard, she detached a few lines of the rigging. An hour had to be spared instructing her on how to retie them. Thessaloniki pressured their departure with the weight of boredom. Mariana finally understood the knots. Maybe they could lose the rudder? Before the pair could create a new delay.
Please.
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 Please. We're in like a room together on our knees, like.
Please.
We're in like a padded solitary confinement room, like whacking the walls. We're like going around punching the padded walls. Ah!
Impractically gentle footsteps padded behind them.
Impractical gentle footsteps.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm actually gonna cry. I saw the dialogue line and like I actually am gonna start crying.
Oh my god!
How about you? Did it get you? It's getting me. Are you crying too?
I'm okay.
Oh my god. I'm like, I can't do
I got really attached to these guys really fast.
Me too.
Fuck whatever Tristan's got going on.
Yeah, literally, I hope he dies. I don't care. I do not care. I want a sequel of these guys, please. I'm like, actually, I gotta like, okay. I'm wiping my teeth. Ah!
His jacket held onto some of the water. His hair is messy. His pants had sunk. His eyes were buoyed with happiness.
You waited.
He said, oh my god. I'm actually sobbing. Oh my god, sorry, that line is like killing me.
It's fine.
We had repairs keeping us. Fury embraced him tighter than any ocean could.
This is fine.
It's so Jover right now. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
We're fine.
Oh god. I'm not.
It's going to be fine.
And held him aboard.
What's your excuse?
I came ashore miles off. I had to walk in the rain. I'm famished.
He walked all the way there.
Oh.
By Mariana's checklist, they left for Athens with all cargo in its place.
They didn't give him any food. They said, sorry, we gotta go.
2 dozen soldiers took the town behind them and made their way to the portside inn. Aquila was ostensibly there on broader Latin hunting duties, but he had to ask.
Have you seen a woman in blue and gold accompanied by 2 men? One would be Persian.
The innkeeper advised she was with a single man and he was Italian. Aquila struck the table triumphantly, imagining what dagger had been driven into the Persian, pretending to plunge it himself.
They were bound for Athens.
He would gain permission on his ship, and he would be bound there too.
Go home, loser. You will never be Sinbad.
Another premature ending. Are you coming back tomorrow?
I assumed I would be.
She's like, do you need me here?
She's like, my shit's not done, so.
Well, the fitting is done.
Oh.
You said you'd have to substitute some trims, didn't you?
I did.
What if I'm just like, what if we fall in love with her? I think she's way too good for us.
Literally.
If she's the thing that makes us realize maybe we don't hate all women, I hope she rejects our ass.
She's like, that's sweet. You suck.
I'm sure the blush and the sprites could literally just be like normal and like not indicative of anything. It's a visual novel, so I'm always on like high alert for like accidentally romancing people.
Mm-hmm.
May I see them tomorrow?
I can't think of a reasonable objection. Objection.
Ace
Attorney.
Hold it. Take that.
Take that.
Fantastic.
Why so insistent on visiting again?
Good afternoon, then. I'm excited to see what you'll offer in the morning.
I'm like, oh. Hello? We are getting real crowded on one side of the screen.
Eek! I hope she kills him if he tries to touch her. Girl, get away!
She reaches for the door. I reach for her.
Let go of my arm.
Oh, why'd you grab her? What's the point of the story?
Yeah, like, why did you do that? You didn't have to do that. Say, like, wait or something.
Hold on a sec, girl.
Measure me, fine, but I prefer you don't touch me.
It's as though I'm clutching ice. The shafts of bone beneath my
hand
are
she
too
dead
close.
too?
The flesh too cold. They're all immortal, actually.
What if that's why she doesn't want to, like, maybe she has, like, it's obvious, like, she's missing organs or something if she, like, takes off, like, more?
Maybe.
Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's immortal and everyone's maybe she's, like, undead. Maybe she's a zombie.
Mayhaps.
Tristram.
Why are you so cold? Are you a vampire?
What if she is? What if that's like what her two moles on her like chin represent, like vampire bites, like symbol, like, because like that would be a really fun way of hinting at it. Is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know it could just be random, but like I will say that would be like really good character design if they gave her two beauty marks there as like a hint.
I'm gonna steal that from you.
I mean, if she's not from me or from the game, I was like, I mean,
if she's not a vampire, I'm stealing it from you. If she is a vampire, I'm stealing it from them.
Okay, I mean, you could have it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I just think it's a really fun, like, little, like, you know, if you know, you know.
I found out that the art fight teams this year are vampire and werewolf.
I know, I saw, and I was like, I don't have the time for art fight, but the thing is, like,
I do have to design a character sometime in the next week. Because Victor needs a fucking design, because that bitch is going up on art fight.
God, maybe that's what I'll do is I'm just gonna fucking draw Victor and I'll be like, I'm done.
Stupid vampire himself. We love a guy whose main priority is...
Can I do the cover art for your book?
I mean, ideally no, but yes. Does that make sense? Ideally it would be published traditionally, you want like no, it did...
I know.
I would have no control over who does it. That's the ideal. Someone else decides that for me.
Well, if they tell you that you're allowed to choose, if the way that it works is ever different.
That's a hilarious concept for a probable debut novel that I would have in any option.
I know.
That would be hilarious.
Ugh.
I obey. You good?
You weren't supposed to do that. Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe she was gonna tell him she was a vampire eventually. I don't know.
Another one of her exaggerated breaths. I never seen her taking any other kind.
She's faking it. Ooh.
Ask tomorrow.
The door closes. Shell is gone. Bye, girl.
Sorry, was weird about all of that.
The structure of the robe is done, along with the first spits of beadwork. My fingers are raw. Menswear doesn't require such delicate sewing. There's less thought to decoration than fitting. I often relax with it, but sometimes the repetition it gets more arduous than finishing a large task. A rock, the kids from the corner flat, or a different youth altogether. I step to the window and let the curtain slide the curtain aside. Blech. Still wearing the clothes I gave him. Good, he's open to his new situation. Oh. It's him. If he weren't, he'd have changed into his old man ensemble. Gray, so much gray, stressed as though the seams and stretched at the sleeves by a handkerchief or four. He stands in the mud looking lost. Why throw a rock if you don't need the attention? I could work to understand, but he hates my work. What do we want to do? What do we want to do?
Go down to see him?
Shouting would only publicize our predicament. A street visit then, where
That's
we
what
might
I was
be
thinking. Like,
seen,
maybe we
but
shouldn't be
won't
shouting.
heard. Yeah. It's the street.
Landlady thinks I'm a monster.
Good news.
Old Fussock fussed over who I was, said to her I'm his nephew, he's dead. She made one of her faces and said, why show up now? Can't help him now. I said, why show up earlier? Then she slapped me.
She doesn't know what's going on. She was standing up for you.
She knew me. If she knew, she would have known better.
You should have known better. Phrased things differently.
Why won't you take responsibility, Triss?
Why are you yelling all of a sudden?
Never do anything suddenly. You just don't listen until a problem is loud.
I listen fine.
In fact, I just heard the best story.
No, you don't. If you did, you'd have let nature take its...
I wrapped my hand in his shirt collar, hoisted him in the air. Just pretend.
I love the messiness.
We slip into my stairwell. His cane drops into the dirt behind us. I slammed the door. The street doesn't need to hear. My grip tightens.
Alright, I thought they were about to get nasty. It seems, I mean, it doesn't seem like they have any, like, normal way of dealing with their problems. I just assume they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go.
He sinks. He struggles. You appear outside my house. I shove him against the wall.
Ah!
Throw rocks at my window. Threaten me.
Triss, my neck.
What do you want?
Don't know why you did this to me.
Is that all?
Yes. Please, let me go. I'll go. Let me go.
I drop him. He drops further. His knee.
He clips into the floor a little bit.
He flops to one side, colliding with the paneling and grinding his fingers into it to keep off the ground. One leg is lifted gingerly from the floor.
Where's my cane?
Outside. Shut up, Nikki. Shut up. I reopen the door and gesture to the crutch. He topples over and snatches it up. Pushing to stand, he finds his good foot. You're not, but...
Still can't walk. Never had any issue lying together. Why change me?
A long stare into the dirt. Then, with crooked posture, he turns.
Night, Triss.
Hello.
Don't know what we're gonna do about any of that. It looks beautiful. You look tired.
Shell, you are just a client, but I'd like to hear her thoughts on something. I'm about to get real personal.
Don't ask her for help on your yaoi disaster. Leave her alone.
She has her own issues, man.
Yeah, like, leave her fucking be. How can I help?
If someone is set on dying, is it wrong to keep them alive?
She's like, it is 8 a.m.
I think it's right to save them. Until they've climbed every basilica, met dogs and calves, and...
I don't think I said any.
Caliphs and corsair queens fought duels, written ballads about the lot. There's something to live for. Then someone will invent something new. Pintle and gudgeon rudders, the printing press, glass eyes. They'll need to discover that and the next. The new worlds out there.
What if they're too poor to afford adventures? What if they're crippled or bedbound? Are the only things worth living for things that take you offshore?
Well...
She's like, yeah. I saved the life of an old man. He isn't happy about it. He's blackmailing me, trying to make me leave town. Through it all, he keeps asking me why. Why? I want to tell him, because it was the right thing to do.
I assume his life's a wreck and it's hard to justify saying that.
She's like, I bet he's a mess. His son was a... did we say Jacobite?
Yeah, I think so.
His son was a Jacobite.
Jacobite or Jacobite.
Jacobite. No, soldier. He was killed 4 years ago. I pulled his body from a mass grave and brought him home. The wife died of illness much further in the past. Too blind to do his work as a tinker, injured his leg and got the wound infected, couldn't walk, could hardly see. With his age and his sickness and his melancholia, he was supposed to die.
You've said you're not a doctor, so how did you save him?
Not answering that question. It's not your concern. Even though he's healthy now, he can't afford to leave. He doesn't want another woman, and his son is dead. I forced him to live with that. Maybe for another lifetime. She's like, you saved him that much? That's a lot of saving.
Now my question is, like, is he immortal too now, or is it just a temporary thing? I guess we don't know for certain, but...
Yeah, he either like was brought back to like his like 20s or 30s and has to live all that again, or he's immortal. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll figure something out.
She's like, he'll fucking deal with it.
And once he does, he'll see that intervening showed more love than letting go.
I've never mentioned why would I love him.
I'm sorry, I was projecting.
Nikki, please. Please, Nikki.
Ah! Eek!
For a moment, never mind. Projecting? Let's talk about you.
I mean, I'm a woman, and I was thinking about a man I wanted to save. Our relationship would have been different to you and yours.
Well...
He's like, eh. He's clocking his ass.
She's like... She's just like, so were you two, you know?
She's like, I mean, like, maybe I wasn't wrong. Who knows?
Unless it wasn't.
He's gonna yell at her. What are you implying?
It's fine if it is. I've known people with similar interests.
She's like, I have a gay friend.
She's so real. She hangs out with the boy kissers. I get it.
You weren't sent by him, were you? This isn't a ploy.
I don't even know your friend's name.
Because if you're lying, why would you be? How could it hurt me anymore if you are? Yes, I am. He was my lover. He's blackmailing me into leaving.
You'll be executed if he reports you.
Yes. I don't have the money to move without becoming destitute. Or I didn't.
You don't have to stay.
I finish what I start.
If the law comes knocking, it can't hurt to have an unwed woman around.
So okay, yeah. So we're on. At least that means she'll also play the part of someone's like, hey.
Yeah. Unwed. Talking of men. Still wonder about that background of yours.
What do you think I am then?
He's gonna tell her to her face. What do you think?
Let's see. Well, not a thief. I want to be. Lady of the Night, I think, is prostitute, right?
It is. Yeah.
That's not.
That's what that means.
Let's say. I guess. Let's say noblewoman. It's up to you.
I don't care. We're down for whatever. I think you're a noblewoman.
I can see him say, but like in my mind, he's saying that not because to be like super nice, but just because he's just like, I guess like you look like a noblewoman. I don't fucking know what you want me to say. What's up?
Sorry,
What
Maya.
happened?
She got her wisdom teeth out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
Her face is puffy and everything tastes bad.
Mine got so puffy when I got mine.
You're in
when
what?
I got mine done.
She's in her chipmunk era.
Hi, Maya. You can tell I like got mine done like 2 years ago. It's
yeah.
I
had mine done, but I got dry socket in both of them.
Oh no! Did you like do anything wrong or did it just happen?
No, it just happened. Anyway.
No.
I'm flattered, not sure if that's the case though.
Not sure? How can you not be sure?
Hmm.
Surely you'd known if you were highborn.
I have my theories. Maybe I'm a runaway aristocrat, quick from her home to avoid her family learning of her sluttish behavior and the consequences thereof.
Did she just say she has theories about herself?
That's fun. She has head cannon.
She said cannons about her own backstory.
Too fast to bring a coat or a hat, carrying nothing but money and charm all the way to Scotland to avoid any noble acquaintances.
She's like, that'd be fun. Why, theories.
You won't say how you saved your man, I won't say why my past is so hazy. Tit for tat. We'll keep out the magic a little longer.
He's like, magic? Did you say magic? Who said anything about magic?
Yeah, magic, hey.
I'll believe anything.
Leave it be. Let's do some work and set our problems aside.
I've made it past one of her secrets. Why push another? Peace sewing sounds better than storming over Alice. Hang on, I'll bring the trims out. Over to the cupboard where I keep my sheet of samples. Whenever I buy a new trim, I clip a section off and sew it into a canvas sheet. I fill each sheet with perhaps a dozen trims before starting anew. The lengths stay coiled in another cupboard. Lest I touch them, the better. Avoids them tangling into inscrutable balls of color and clash. I take out 4 sheets, leave the 5th behind. All trims on it are running too low, too old to purchase new segments of. Pattern trims are skipped these days. Plain trims can be dyed and replicated. Brocade, tulips, and bias cut tartans are harder to repeat. I hope he never damages his overcoat. The design on the lining would be irreplaceable. The clothes were an uncollected order after the Battle of Culloden. 4 years they languished in my drawer. It seemed wrong to dispose of the last purchase of a dead man. When I fixed Alice, I thought with grim optimism, finally the day has repaid him for what it took. Was the gift too morbid? Here.
Thank you.
First sheet held aloft, she skims a finger down the offerings, moves on to the next. Her face is blank until the 3rd. She points to a silk ribbon with repeating teal and green triangle design. I have some plain trims that run a similar color. I'll pair them together.
How long have you been collecting?
These pages cover around 20 years.
You must have decided to become a tailor quite young.
No, I'm just old.
You can't be more than 40, can you? The beard makes it hard to tell.
Yes, I've been tailoring a while.
And I'm like 5 million years old, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Plus you have training in dressmaking and all these different types of sewing. A regular savant.
If you insist.
Don't be bashful. Wish I was that skilled at something. My only talents are tying knots and being a polyglot.
And storytelling.
I enjoy telling tales, but I'm not much of— I don't know about not being much of a wordsmith. You were just kind of like making shit up and it was good. I'm still thinking about hugged him tighter than any ocean would.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think you're pretty good at it, girl.
You're no Smollett or Ramsay. Pardon your English. You probably don't pay mind to our authors. Let me revise. You're no Shakespeare, but I think you're aiming for something simpler. You do a good job of what you attempt.
Couldn't think of an English— Oh, sorry, this stream like gave really bad quality for a sec.
Nerd.
Couldn't think of an English author more recent than the Bard. Tristram, you really aren't a fan, are you?
I live in Inverness. The past 4 years I've been getting nothing but reason to dislike your countrymen. Fuck the English.
I understand. Having your life destroyed by another culture, it's hard to explain how much it hurts.
Do you maybe have experience?
Holding their world on top of yours until breathing feels like a crime. They can smother you so easily. Why were they scared?
Don't forget who's covering our mouth. Exhausted, she raises a hand to her neck, thumb and forefinger clawing into either side. Pinching in until they meet at her throat, she sighs.
Shall I continue the story?
Go on, I'll test this ribbon, see if there's dyeing due.
Right, where were we? All right.
Woo!
Back to our guys. Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The sun lurched from under the clouds, dimmer than they remembered it. The city of Athens was equally disappointing. Fury trudged through the muddy streets, deflecting most attempts at conversation. "Hey, come in here. There's more decay every time," he eventually said. With their remaining coin in pocket, they huddled for a haberdasher. If they made dye, sewing, embellishment available to Mariana, they could resell the fabric in less conspicuous forms than the current bolts. The market,
The agora.
Fury insisted, feigned life. People, traders, just enough activity to call it a crowd. Supplies were easy to find.
Hello.
So was an alley of gambling brigands. Theory's focus flicked from die to die and he moved towards them. One store would warn him away, only to warm to him instead, smiling as he saw his face.
Do you want to be the random guy?
Porphyrius, you haven't aged a day. Weird.
Say the same, but I can't see your face under that beard, Luciano.
What a place to meet.
Return to Venice in a few months.
Mariana had stalled at the mouth of the alley. With Fury disappearing down the throat, slapping backs and whooping at bad rolls, she was wary of intruding. Sinbad sidled over to her and settled a hand on her arm.
He usually finds some person or another. Best practice is to let him be.
Curling his fingers into her sleeve, he gave it a tug.
I'd prefer to be somewhere calmer.
They're so polycule.
Leaving the heart of the city for one of its blue-tinged arteries, the pair found a quiet patch of grass. The ground was damp, but with so many layers of clothing it didn't bother them. Small walls of chipped marble surrounded their resting place. This was more to Mariana's liking. She breathed sharply.
Is something wrong?
Sinbad asked. There are questions I want to ask Fury. I don't think he'd answer them. Sinbad smiled and leaned back against one of the walls. He closed his eyes and folded his arms, forming a comfortable cocoon.
I'll explain the best I can.
She breathed slow.
Look at him. Look at him. Our guys.
This is you.
I'm assuming is that?
Yeah, it's,
okay.
yeah.
Why take me with you? I know I asked. Why go along with it?
Fury isn't picky. It's more interesting to say yes. Sole time he's denied passage was a Roman friend prone to mutiny.
Oh, wasn't he worried about you until 2 days after you went overboard?
Believe this or
Would she
not.
also be English? I guess not. Maybe I should do a different voice.
It's whatever. Who cares? I won't be offended if you choose not. Fury and I aren't normal people, theft and adventuring aside. We're immortals of a sort. Because he's Persian, and I don't know how to do that accent.
Yeah. Witches?
Like, I don't know if she would actually have that word, but you know. Nothing that bad. I can't explain to you why we are how we are, but we are, so we try to make it interesting. Of course, his idea of interesting involves more heists than mine.
Do you dislike his extravagance?
Oh no, it's what I love most. He needs someone to temper it for practicality. I do that. I handle the rigging, I keep the books balanced and the maps dry. We sail happily.
Was breaking into my work your idea or his?
Mine, initially. I thought it'd be profitable. We were close to broke. Constantinople, all those trading restrictions. I didn't expect anyone to be there.
Her questions continued on until finally she was interrogating Sinbad about the countries he'd seen and the other immortals he'd met.
Just like so many.
Apparently.
A Maghrebi pirate who had committed her life to the accumulation of coin and succeeded such that she could buy out minor nations were she interested in spending it. A Syrian historian convinced he held divine right to rule the world. An Azerbaijani bureaucrat convinced he needed paperwork to prove it. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing things. I'm trying so hard. A Moroccan adventurer on a quest to see every great ancient building, his charcoal artist sister sketching each expedition. A whole pantheon of characters set to live forever. Mariana's eyes grew wider with each story until she asked, "If you're going to live forever, why waste effort on fabric?"
Fury agreed to take it because it was valuable. I asked to take it because, at the outset of everything, I was a silk trader, as were my father and grandfather, and so on. Fabric is a constant. I started with it, I discovered my immortality, and now I have to keep working with it to make sure I don't go mad with homesickness.
Why not return to Persia?
It's a nostalgia for a time rather than a love of a place, especially with my faith and trade absent from its current cultural climate. No, I'll keep doing this until the day I die. Maybe even after. When I'm dead, I want Fury to take my body to where the vultures are. lying in the heat, flesh bitten apart or burnt hard, until finally there's nothing to me but blood and bones in a leather bag of skin. That's when I'll set this work behind me.
I thought you were immortal.
I said, of a sort. We've had friends who've died from wounds or starvation or drowning. We don't get sick or old, but we certainly die, in all the least pleasant ways.
You have an exit.
Precisely. And what we lack in resistance to wounds and asphyxiation, we make up for in other ways. Most of us, at least.
Oh?
I have no clue if he's mentioned it, but Fury is able to heal bleeding and broken bones. It's quite fun to watch. He waves his hands, they're good as new. Our friends can do other party tricks. The Azerbaijani can freeze things at his touch, and the Moroccan duo can control flames.
What about you?
I can't do anything yet. Some figure it out, some don't. I'm not fussed.
He stood, grass stains on his coat and trousers. Fury could only have so many things to say to his countrymen, and they could only tolerate him for so long. Mariana took the hint and eased to her feet. She walked aside Sinbad, her features softer than usual. Granted, this was the same step in hardness as sapphire to topaz. Her lips fished open and shut with questions formed and discarded. Sinbad's expression was a mix of frustration and contemplation. He held his hands at chest height and peered into them. He wasn't a palm reader. Attempts at finding the future in them were futile. Fury was in the alley where they'd left him, at his side a bolt of silk, the silk they had intended to leave on this ship.
Uh-oh.
Why is that there? Mariana asked. He winked past her to Sinbad, to the spirit of camaraderie, of begging for forgiveness, when asking for permission from a 6-foot woman is too daunting.
Oh, she tall. She tall.
She's tall.
No, not him gambling the silk.
Ugh.
You idiot.
You fool.
Ah.
At least just
The
cut
dice
a
left his
square
hand.
off.
Yeah, like Jesus.
The whole bolt? That's a fucking lot of silk.
Idiot.
You only got 4 of those. Or maybe 6? I can't remember. Who cares?
They have a lot, I'm sure, like and obviously they're smart enough that they can probably make their way no matter where they are, but like
No,
still, this was
dude.
this was a big deal.
Dice left his hand and toppled across the paved stones.
Another bad throw, Fury. Best get a second like that silk.
Mariana's face blanched hotter than a diamond. She grabbed Fury by the neck of his overshirt and hauled him to his feet. We're leaving.
No.
Beard replied, getting up from his seat.
Peripherist had his throw. It's gone bad.
Porphyrius, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know what I said, but yeah.
Sinbad and I didn't agree to this. Mariana continued her stride.
Porphyrius did. If you think we care what you agreed to, well...
Beard beckoned to his cohorts. They rose, leaving 2 seated with the prizes and the dice. Snake eyes. Sinbad read the pair of dots, but the blade Beard was close to brandishing and snatched Mariana's hand. The trio launched into the bustle of the crowd, Beard and company shortly behind them. Chasing!
Did they grab the silk?
Yeah, I think they did. Because they're being chased, so...
Yeah.
Within moments, shoppers filled the gaps between the 2 parties, buying Mariana, Fury, and Sinbad time to step up their sprint. It didn't take long for the human obstacle course to dissipate. When it did, the brigands were no longer visible. The stones alternated to mud and back with every meter they moved from the city market. They would have to watch their footing. The trio pulled a tight corner, weaving through rundown alleys. How far to port? Mariana had hitched up her skirts to sprint. Her footsteps were solid and certain.
If we keep this pace, 15-20 minutes. Have we lost them?
We can slow down if you want. Fury's toes caught in his billowing trousers. He stumbled and regained his balance.
Pull up your pants, dude. I can't see them anymore, so...
The tip of Sinbad's shoe dug into the mud. His other foot, unable to balance, slid out behind him. He flopped forward like a puppet with cut strings.
Poor guy. Can't get a break. No. I feel bad for him.
Muck oozed into the creases of his face. He writhed, caught between the twin urges to panic and to stand. Mariana bent and offered her arm as a climbing tool. Sinbad accepted. Stabilizing, he pushed off his shoes and threw them over his shoulders.
Twice is enough.
Twice. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The sprint picked up again. 20 minutes as per Fury's guess. Uneventful, no further mistakes from Sinbad, no intrusions from Beard and band. Still, arriving at the Piraeus, they wasted no time weighing anchor and setting for sea. Some towns died honorable deaths. Others became ghouls. Athens had clung to life too long. Fury would have advocated running one way or another. Hours later, as the afternoon sky shuffled its curtains nearer together, a cluster of soldiers entered Athens. It seemed an innocuous thing to ask men of the law for their help enforcing it. Beard crept up to one of the visiting soldiers, a slight one in red and blue. He waved a shoe in his face to get attention.
You see any Persians running barefoot? Owes me a debt. Got a Venetian and some lady with him.
Aquila caught the shoe from Beard's hand and crushed in his grip. The Persian's alive. Bad. They've been here. Good. You were chasing them?
Yes.
How long ago?
About noon.
Where to?
Out of town, I suppose. Port, maybe.
I'll be back on the water looking for rest. I'll find them. I can't promise their cargo, but I can promise retribution.
Maybe this guy should go home. Like,
yeah,
those 6 bolts of silk aren't worth it, dude. Very Javert
Go
of them,
home.
you know? Like, calm down.
Yeah. Is it like, is he related to Mariana at all, or is he like a lover of hers?
Maybe.
Because he seemed to know her, so I'm like, is it some kind of
you're
retribution
right, 'cause
against
he was
her
yelling
running
at
away?
her. He must know her, so it must be a personal thing then.
Yeah, it's either family, lover, or just like they were friends. There's something there.
There's something.
Beard nodded, spine prickling. This was more forcing Fury to honor his monetary dues. Thank you for information, sailor. Suppose he'll be headed offshore again. Aquila tilted his head side to side. Yeah, you're right. This is there's a Les Mis kind of like twinge here going on. Tilted his head side to side, the bones in his neck crunching. Offshore, yes. Offshore to Salamis Island. That was a short one.
Shell,
Yes?
you say this story explains how you got the silk. I suppose it's factual. Is everything about Porphyris true as well?
Porphyrius.
Yes, whatever.
You're listening.
Clearly not. Can I have an answer?
It's real. His hands would glow pink. Any damaged skin beneath them would weave together. Actually, I have a confession.
No? I thought you were excited to discuss the story.
We need to discuss me now.
Me online, me logging on. We need to discuss me.
You asked why I'm so set on telling this tale. It's because I think you have the same skills as Fury.
Now she got us.
She's definitely
over.
sick, and she's like, can you help? And we're like, no. We just do the decay thing. That's not the same.
Yeah, we can keep them from dying, but we can't fix a wound, I don't think.
755 years, the only people who knew were people I told. One day, someone had to figure it out independently. I was afraid this moment would arise from a witch hunt. I was afraid I'd need to deny it. Oh. Like, you guys are like, you're like merging. Instead, I lift my hands to hers. A white light fills the space between them. A pallor I never considered eases from the surface of her skin. A waxy film lifts from her eyes. She chokes and lurches away. Her fingers curl into her necklace, slide to her chest, press against the space between her breasts.
We fucked up and we killed her.
Wait for a beat. She holds her palms in front of her. I had only intended to show her the glow. He's like, I wanted to show her the pretty light.
We fucked her up. Ah, that's so funny. He's like, look what I can do.
Yeah.
You're real, he was right.
How did you find out?
After Culloden, a noble met a tailor at a crossroads, sat beside a pair of bodies. The tailor required help retrieving one.
That's right, didn't we like do it in front of the guy?
Yeah.
I mean, like, to be fair, that's kind of like, why did we do that? That's stupid.
I don't know.
It had soapy skin and a face full of maggots, but the tailor repaired it. He went his way, and so did the noble. The noble told his family the story. They told their friends. Somebody told me.
Why play coy? Why spend a lot of fucking money on a dress?
Imagine someone walking in from the street and asking if you're a witch.
Why do you care? You're young, you're healthy. Clearly not.
Clearly not at all. Yeah, like, You touched her and she was like a dead body. At the very least, her blood circulation is real bad.
Am I?
Give me a real answer.
I've gotten ahead of myself. I have to go.
No fucking come back.
Keep working. I'll be here tomorrow.
She slams the door. Her feet tap the steps. The street swallows them. Into my armchair I topple. It would be easier if the holes we opened in each other's claims leaked, like Sinbad's, like Porphyrius. Did I say it right that time?
Yeah.
Like a boat to the bottom of the ocean. Aquila advances consistently enough that the trio are doomed to a confrontation. Confrontations with higher powers never end clean. Am I alone? Shell said Sinbad said there were others. Claims twice removed. What if I was wasting time in this country, on this island, far from the world? Should I have gone offshore? Shadows surround me as I wake. Within it, a face. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He fucking just broke in just to stare at us.
Alistair jump scare.
Ah! Wait, 1 second. I need to Google something.
What? What? Hello?
Okay, no.
Okay.
I thought there was like a character that had the same name, but I was wrong.
Okay.
Also unrelated, but that one time when you like compared the guys from Nimona to the guys from Carry On, I was gonna kill you with my mind.
No, I wasn't comparing them. I didn't realize N.D. Stevenson did the same art.
Oh, that's right. That was also part of it. Yeah,
No, it wasn't me comparing it. It was straight up me going, oh, I didn't realize that this art was N.D. Stevenson. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's what I meant.
Also catching you up. Nate uses either Indy, but like INDY or Nate.
Oh, well, I've only ever seen it written out.
Oh no, you're good. He transitioned more publicly like in the past year.
Okay. Anyway, back.
But yeah, no, I didn't know that actually either.
Well, that's why weird. It's because the old style of Nimona. I was like, wait a minute. I recognize like the way these noses are drawn. it's Simon and Baz.
Did you ever read Nimona?
No. We should talk about it later because like I don't know how much of this game is left. If we want to finish it tonight.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry, I'm just tense about the movie. I'm really worried about it. Anyway, you need a lock.
How did you make it up the stairs?
Got a cane, Triss.
Well, I try to stay. Oh,
he goes up.
He pushes me back. Oh. I sink.
No lording over me tonight.
I go limp. Fine.
Explain what you did.
Can't do that.
Not just I made you young, that's obvious. The how, why, what.
There's fog outside. Do him a service. Remove him into it. It's been a while since I did anything like that, but you do what you must to keep things quiet. No, my reaction to accountability can't be murder. Trying to keep him safe brought us here. I can't leave this path half-walked. This is not the Dark Ages. Though when even idiots like Alice demand recent answers, the world has turned too many times. It may sound dismissive, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Where else has that sentiment shown itself? I shouldn't have let her cut my questioning short. Oh, that's so funny, Nikki.
You thought there was like a third silent guy just hanging out. That's really good, actually.
Barely have brain enough to ask. Couldn't disbelieve anything. I need to know whether there was any purpose in...
I'll admit that there are parts where he's just not on screen, but we're still reading his thoughts.
Yeah.
There's always a purpose.
The purpose is love. Even though we're not really in it right now.
We're going through it.
What's mine?
Tell him the truth. We gotta make shit happen.
We rise.
Oh, whoa.
I stand. He doesn't try to stop me, shifting aside as I pass. Alistair. I'm immortal. I'm not in league with the devil. I'm human, and the closest kind to you. Old, lonely, sick of this world. He slopes toward the window, leaning one hand against the frame while the other goes to his forehead.
I should be checking you into bedlam, but any answer short of Christ's second coming sound half reasonable. You never showed interest in George and Mary. This why?
I have little sympathy for those in mourning. Jeez.
You suck.
The man with the broken arm says, I'm hurt. The man with one arm replies, perhaps you are. He looks at me. He picks himself from the window frame. He migrates to my armchair and settles slowly, full of phantom pain from old age.
How do you manage it?
Healing people?
Healing people.
Oh,
sorry. Continuing.
If I knew, I wouldn't have kept you.
Lived fine without me.
Lived? When there's no one I can be honest with? When I have to avoid drawing attention? When... Would you say we're living?
Can't believe I was your best option.
Love how he's like, I suck.
I'm obsessed with him a little bit.
You're my first chance since witchcraft stopped being a hanging offense. A wrinkle forms on his brow. He stands with his crutch and makes for the door.
Hoped you'd done it as a good deed.
Surprised you thought me capable of them.
Ditto.
He slams the door, hits his cane down every stair. I could pursue. Pursuit would be voyeuristic, the opposite of what he wants.
This is a very linear visual novel, so I wonder how much different the choices make it.
I don't know.
Sorry for my outburst yesterday.
God, we suck.
The sleeves look superb.
Yes. One free chair in the room. She takes it, skirts filling the excess space between the arms. Her eyes are waxy again. Alistair stopped by to talk last night.
What kind of talk?
I tried to explain my actions. I explained poorly. I made my choice sound selfish. He's angry, more than angry.
I should call for professionalism. On task, keep sewing. Still, you'd better pay him a visit.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you're worried he thinks you don't care, prove you do. Go.
Would that work?
Has he never tried to pursue anyone ever in anything?
Probably not. He's got issues.
If I were him, absolutely. It's a considerate approach.
I don't house a considerate bone in my body. If she says it's a sound idea, I ought to trust her. And then should I go?
The sooner the better.
Right fucking now?
I feel like it should be now.
Yeah, she can say that.
Like, if to be fair, I feel like it should be now.
I have an obligation to her. Abandoning ship to tend to Alice's emotional needs violates every tenet of my ethical code. Moreover, I'm curious for an explanation vis-a-vis her condition. Her story was starting to discuss other immortals. Why would she leave midweek, though? Would her answers be conditional on my constant presence? I'd be gone a few hours at worst. Ugh, what to do?
Oh, should we save here?
Every option costs someone, which is best for me. That would be a good idea.
Just in case. I'm assuming that means, like, do you want to overwrite it? But
yeah. I don't know, but I didn't want to risk jumping back there. So.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
Ooh. Okay.
That's why I could feel it happening.
Me too.
I kind of want to know what the fuck is going on with Alistair. I kind of want to. I mean, it's up to you.
Let's
but, like,
do. We can do that, but then we can jump back later if we need.
Yeah.
I should go.
How long do you think you'll be?
1 hour, 1 week, who knows? An hour or so.
May I wait here?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. The inn isn't far.
I think it's going to rain.
Fine, stay. I have books in the top right cupboard.
Thank you.
She's gonna go through our shit. I slip out the door and make my way downstairs. Walk, 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 walk. Alistair's home is half a mile. It's a brisk morning. A crust is formed atop the mud. Each footstep crunches in and squelches under. Even stuck to my shins in semi-solid muck, I arrive in record time. I knock. His landlady answers. Tristram, odd hour to be seeing you. Condolences for Alistair. This about him. Thank you. I've had an interesting week. What is his lie? Is his nephew home? We have funerary issues to discuss.
Not always issues. Cork-brained and bottled-head he is. Get him gone for me.
I'll see what I can do.
Upstairs, then.
I begin to climb, but she calls after me.
Know the whelp's name. Nettled him this morn. Wouldn't be right to ask direct.
Should we just lie?
It's Alasdair.
Wouldn't that be weird?
You can do what you want.
I don't know. You tell me.
I feel like this is a trick question. Like, it's supposed to be, it's Alasdair, right?
I don't know.
Eek? Didn't she say his name was Alasdair earlier?
No. I don't know.
I guess say it's Alasdair. I don't know. I don't want to fuck it up. I know we're supposed to fuck things up. You know what I mean? I want to fuck things up in the right way.
Yeah. Let's go with Alan then? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I would have picked it's Alasdair just because I'm scared and I don't know what anything means, but also I don't know if it matters that much.
Must enjoy those A-names.
I suppose they do.
Luck to you, Tristram. Call if he's a bother. I'll give him a good chivvy.
He won't be.
Patience of a saint. This day he stops bothering me is the day he stops living here.
I understand her frustration, yet I dislike the idea of her telling him that. Stop living, however it's framed, is a poor comment to make at this junction. He's not allowed to. Not when I've resolved to help. If his god is watching, let me be a better man. I open his apartment silently. If he retains the right to barge into my workshop, I have the same right to his home.
I've told you, you have to knock.
His landlady must not enjoy the privilege. There's nothing I could interrupt I haven't interrupted before.
Hello? We're off to a great start in like having like a mature heart to heart.
I know.
Triss.
He spins from his flowers, brushing the vase closer to the edge. Lower your voice.
Why'd the old fly-by-night let you in?
Why wouldn't she? Listen, a client convinced me I should apologize.
Thought people saw you for new duds, not dirty laundry.
Hey. Perhaps I should...
That was pretty smart.
Perhaps I should move to Aberdeen and retrain as a washerman.
Triss.
What?
We've been overreacting.
Yes, I admit I followed your lead into misbehavior.
Really?
This is going too well. What?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Weren't you here to apologize?
I am.
And?
I apologize. I say the word he's looking for. His shoulders relax lower than I've ever seen them. Oh, we're not... What word was it? Was it a sorry?
I assume it's that we're sorry.
Yeah. I sit on an uneven chair. The legs stutter against the floor. It needs replacing. No, it's his furniture, his choice what to do about it. My mouth remains shut. He transfers his weight from his cane to his threadbare bed.
So?
Why? Not me.
Why did you befriend me?
There's an anticipatory silence as I consider my response. I have more items to tally than I realized. We were exhausted by similar things. Politics, people, social pressure. You had a short-lived arranged marriage, so did I. You wanted to support the Jacobites, but had the sense to see they'd lose. You were an admirable tinker and admirably blunt. You were an idiot. You were interesting.
Obsessed with you were an idiot, you were interesting. That's so
really good. I like that.
That's really good is the thing. Don't steal that. You can't steal that.
I can't steal that. No, I can't steal that. I know that.
But it is really good.
It's really good.
Good. I need to make a character that's just like that. An idiot, but real interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy list. Lots of unimportant details.
Even so, I doubt we should look for cosmic significance in our attraction. I might be a biological, theological marvel, but it's not why you agreed to this. We don't have to be important. We just have to be happy. Oof.
I'm
Yikes.
neither. Can I be philosophical for a bit?
feel like I don't have a choice. The usual cost of seeming a fool. Go on.
I have to actually give me 1 minute because I have to move downstairs real quick. I'm gonna be super fast.
Okay. I'll be here. Hanging out. I actually have to sneeze. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, you go do that.
As soon as I said that, I stopped and you did sneeze. Got it. Hold on. Let me open up the walkthrough because I do have it. Not for this one, but so we can maybe hop back for... You know what? No, we can just hop back for the other ending later. Or at least one of them. It looks like there's a lot of endings. How many? Few sections. Route unlocks and ending unlocks. The route lists unlocks are listed without spoilers, while the ending unlocks contain unavoidable spoilers for the choice information. Such, I recommend using the route unlock guide until you see the end of Shell's route, then follow the ending unlock guide to find any missed endings. Endings are tracked in the tracking list, and are tracked in the ending list under extras. There are 4 variants to ending 1, each with its own CG, and each variant is listed separately. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Do I have my... Why did my video go on for a sec?
Huh?
I almost turned on... I turned on my video on Discord
Oh, I didn't
for a
see
second.
it,
I don't know
so
why.
cool.
I mean, it would have just been the dark. I'm in the living room, the lights are off, so... What you did to me was a miracle, wasn't it? When they talked about miracles, they always happened for an audience. Full coming wolves, laying hands, healing sight. Lazarus coming back from the dead. Even that Spaniard whose missing leg reappeared. World-changing, the plot. Actually, you'll laugh at this. My first thought when you told me you would live so long was maybe he's that wandering Jew.
I'm not Jewish.
Alright. Exactly, it was a cakey thought. Oh, his little sweat tree. He's embarrassed. He's like, why the fuck did I say that? It was a cakey thought. I thought it over and over. Has to be a legend about him. Then my main thought was, why me? Figured you'd wasted a gift until you told me it didn't mean anything. Had to ask myself if a miracle didn't matter, what did?
Oof.
Guess the answer is, I do. Are we not breaking up?
I look at the floor. Well, okay. I was looking at their actual site, the itch.io page, and it says, should Triss try to mend his fractured relationship with Alistair, seek help from his enigmatic client, or dive headlong into work to fund his escape? So, I don't know.
What if this is the true ending and we did real good by mistake?
Here we are, cogs in each other's clockwork.
That's a good line.
Be all right. I can't afford any additional time off work this morning. Even this was unprofessional. But I can schedule a visit later.
Come by the alehouse when you're done. I'll be in my altitudes, but better there than laid low.
I'm glad your spirits are improving. I'm scared.
Me too.
I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Oh, me too.
Sorry, I was looking at the content warnings. I shut the door. Shell's head snaps up.
How is he?
Miserable, but stable. I sit behind my desk, enjoying the stability of my chair. Shell doesn't appear to have moved. From her jolt on my entry, I'd wager she fell asleep. Like a domino, a fly launches off her scalp and swoops around her shoulders. She swats at it.
That's something. I told you going by would help. You've taken an important step. This will all be fixed soon. Brilliant.
She doesn't look at me. Her swats gain urgency. You're fast becoming my replacement worry.
I think she's rotting.
I also think she's rotting.
Don't mind me.
Her hands
Her
collide.
like intestines fall out.
Very
She's
she has like a little corpse bride moment.
It's like, don't worry. Fun fact, I've never seen Corpse Bride.
I've seen it, I think, only once. Her hand collides with the creature. Its wings flicker and it hops onto her skirt. Shaking them, she exiles the body to the ground and it crushes it beneath her slipper. Significant fuss for a fly.
Flies are terrible.
Here I had the impression you loved anything with a heartbeat. Where the fuck did you get that impression? Oh.
Yeah. What gave you that idea? He's like, just compared to me.
Is it just flies?
Is what just flies?
Or is it all bugs?
Girl, you are not helping your case here.
Flies, maggots, worms.
Carrion dwellers.
I can't let them carry on with their work, can I?
He's like, are you dead? All this and yesterday.
I mean, she's dead.
Who am I to say something is impossible? Shell,
What?
are you dead? If I'm wrong, I'm going to sound mad.
Hmm?
Are you, by any chance, dead?
Like the My Chemical Romance song.
She stiffens.
Thought it'd take you longer.
At the risk of seeming perverse, I've touched my fair share of corpses. How?
An anatomist smothered me.
Did you report him?
Report my own murder. Imagine having that conversation.
But harming a woman, he ought to be arrested.
He should be, but it wasn't worth my effort. Assuming I'm noble, starting a scandal traps me in London. I hate being trapped.
Assuming.
Assumptions are what I've got to work with. I'm not fully alive, I'm not able to fully remember my past.
Isn't it a neat coincidence she knew how to find me? I doubt my contact information is being spread on every London street corner. Happening upon it right after a resurrection would be too opportune, or remembering it in absence of everything else. Well, I suppose it's polite to offer yet another service. Shell, if you'd like to return to London, together we could.
No, I'm here for a dress and a few accessories, so I'm crossing those off one by one.
Not any failures on my part?
Someone else deserves your help. Ah, but there's an ongoing issue I'd love a hand with.
The issue of decay, I take it?
Nothing long term. Can't stay in Inverness forever, and you shouldn't leave Alistair.
But, maybe he should.
Yeah.
Let's all go together.
What if we all went together?
One really, really uncomfortable group of people.
Yeah.
Just having a
Not
bad
even a poly.
time.
This one shouldn't be a polycule. She should not be allowed. She shouldn't have to join that.
But I do want to offer for her to be like, no.
Oh no, I agree.
Because I fully
we should
think
pick
she's
that
about
one.
to be like, mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
If he's interested
If he's interested in coming.
Oh, wait, that's you. I forget that, that I'm supposed to read the, one we select.
Yeah.
So the next one always throws me off. He might be a mite prickly to start, but he'd consent.
There are friends of mine in London who want to meet you. He'd have to stay out while you see them, but otherwise it's no trouble having him along.
What's wrong with that?
Put your boy toy in a box and just kind of carry him.
What kind of friends?
What if it's our guys?
What if it's our guys? Whoa.
I would cry.
That would be
I would
crazy.
scream. Our guys?
That would be crazy.
If it was our guys?
Whoa.
Oh my god. Ooh. We got so invested in them.
We gotta finish this video game.
I'm trying.
It's so late.
Close friends.
Shell.
Fine, the point of my story was that there's a clique of immortals in Shepherd Market. They're the friends in question.
She seems serious. How long have they known?
3 odd years. They had trouble finding a representative you talk to.
And I'm dead, so it worked. Why would I refuse to talk?
Their available members are Azerbaijani, Moroccan, and Persian.
It's Taya.
Eh.
Taya.
They could hope you'd listen to them, but they couldn't rely on it, so...
So they sent an English woman. When I notoriously hate
scream.
women.
Yeah, they should have sent a dude.
You let me in, didn't you?
Yeah. You had money.
I was non-threatening. That's my advantage.
Because I'm dead. How long have I missed them for?
The oldest's from the Roman Empire.
They've been out there this whole time? Fuck. My solitude was self-imposed. That's on me.
He's got some shit to deal with and process.
May I start working again?
Nothing else to ask?
I'm having a moment. No. With this and Alice to stir, my thoughts are thick enough stew.
Samir, the leader, the Azerbaijani. I'm assuming that's right? Maybe?
Azerbaijani, I think.
Azerbaijani? The Azerbaijani thought you'd be upset. He said to say he's sorry he didn't find you sooner.
I can't begrudge someone I've never met.
He's used to being disliked, you know.
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh, I just realized that means that Mariana probably died so long ago.
Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I moved to the dress form, thudding my feet and keeping my movements stiff. Signaling to her that the conversation is finished is harder than it should be. Kneeling on the floor, I slip my hand under one of the front panels. The trim scrolls around the edge, elevated slightly from the underlying fabric. I haven't folded off its ends yet. Are the colors still satisfactory?
Yes, should I leave?
My mouth takes an unplanned sigh. I turn from the dress. Concentrating will be easier if you do. She stands.
Afternoon, Triss.
The same to you. She exits. I return to my desk.
I was gonna say, I hope Alistair isn't like fucking pissed off if we're like going on a trip.
Yeah. I return to my desk, open the drawer, fish out her sketch, and drop it amidst the cut-off ribbons and unused beads. Tracing the skeletal marks on the figure, I stare out the window. Rain waits on the clouds, waits to wash us out. Is Azerbaijan rainy? Is Africa? Persia? I've never left these isles. I could have found them sooner. If only I'd known before I... Not a thought to be taken further. I throw drapery over it and curtain it from the comprehension. How much is left of this? The first spittle is cast. Music to work by. I place the drawing where it came from, pick up my needle and thread, and return to the dress form. Embroidery is a busy, mindless process, unbearably time-consuming, but a necessary chore in this case. I'm mixing a soothing brew. Downpour, sewing, mulled over missed chances, to be accompanied by an evening date with Alistair, lush as the grass after the spell. Oh no. Upper body lurching from the corner table, he shakes a tankard in my direction. He's smiling. How many should I bet on? 2, 4, 8? Keep his focus steady, which sets the count lower than usual. I settle opposite of him. I lift my arms to the tabletop, flat against the wood. My chair tips, shakily on the back right leg. My luck with chairs.
Think they'll fix them?
Do they have the money?
Called the beggar makers for a reason.
How'd this happen to us?
You tell me, Knight of the Ages, you're the history expert.
Could find my workroom, I could tell you more about the cobwebs and the economic patterns of inverness.
Highlands turn to shit, 2 people turn to profit, drapers and rope makers.
That's a pessimistic viewpoint.
Realistic. Did you come from here?
What?
Originally, whenever you were born.
Hadn't considered my childhood in a while. I shoved my fingernails into a groove in the wood, slide them back and forth. I was born near Fife.
And?
And what?
How'd you make it here?
I traipsed all over the Isles. Couldn't tell you the route. If a clan needed an itinerant sword, I'd offer mine.
When did you stop?
For whom did I stop would be more apt. King James I of England. Thought he would help us. Then I saw the lords rolling in poundage and the lessers up their old creek.
Since?
Tailoring, as you'd expect. That was terrible to start. Oh, shit. Fuck. Clyde to crochet? You can imagine the mistakes.
Crocheted?
I don't know. Picked common words for surnames, kept out of trouble.
And so Tristram rose.
And so, he retrieves his wedding ring from under his collar. Long as I've known him, it's been on a chain, or left of his sideboard if he's spending time in my home.
When did you learn Scots?
Early. Plenty of years in the lowlands for it.
Scots, Gaelic, what else?
Fair enough, Nikki. Limited Latin, enough French to impress a client.
Am I boring?
I said you were stupid and interesting. Not in the slightest. You make me roll my eyes and shake my head and throw my hands in the air. You're never boring.
Taya.
Yeah?
I'm eating this stuff. I don't want them to break up anymore. I'm mad.
you're like, oh no.
I mean, aren't you charmed a little bit by them?
A little bit. They have issues, but like I love two guys who are like fucked
The
up.
thing is, like, their issues, and like they can roll with the issues. Is the thing. I think they could make it work.
Mm-hmm. It's
Literally, oh no, I like
it's
them.
the am I the asshole post that and the response that's like
Yeah.
don't involve
just
anyone
don't-
with whatever you're doing.
You're perfect for each. You're perfect for each other.
You're-
Just don't get anyone else in on this.
like you're both fucked up. Keep your mental
deserve each
illnesses to
other.
each other.
Exactly.
If I could ask a question of my own.
Hmm.
I've been invited to London on
Oh my
business.
god. Please.
Shouldn't be
please,
longer than a
please.
month, but I realize that's a while in your terms.
Of course, we're asking if you would accompany
Would you like
us.
to accompany me?
Leave the
Uh-oh.
Highlands? Ellsdare.
I think a change of scenery will help with your emotional trouble.
Taya, I'm so fucking scared.
I'm also nervous.
If we fuck this up, it's all over. We'll have to play it again someday till we win.
Yeah.
You're scared to leave me alone.
I'll admit it's a factor.
Then stay here.
I can delay a week or two, but I can't postpone this trip forever. I'm sure it'll help.
London be a lark, Lord, even Elgin be. But make me company, not baggage.
I thought you'd need a rational reason to come.
Have I ever visited you for rational reasons?
Ah! His hand twitches toward mine,
I'm shaking you.
then drops midway across the table. He glances around the room.
Let's lush. Whiskey, cider, beer. I guess it worked. We kind of made it work.
No,
maybe.
I'm fine. Despite my efforts, he vomits across the floorboards.
Oh my god.
Sorry. The tone changed. A yellow
really
smell
is an
haunts
idiot
him as
who's
we move for the
interesting.
exit, too fast for him to hold on his rickety legs. I lean him against the wall and tell him to wait. He slopes to one side, hair flung over his face, only his eyes steady on me. I return with his cane, rather not forget it and inconvenience him in the morning. Placing it beside him, I kneel, wrapping my arms around his waist and lurching him over my shoulder. He splutters, scrabbling his hands for a hold, settling one at my hip and one at my chest. He makes another noise, some sort of weak protest. Snatching the cane with my free hand, I take us out the door. There he goes!
Fucking gone.
Fucking dead. The tavern clunks shut behind us. We are stranded in the town. The cold clambers further up my throat every breath. It's been a dim week. Alasdair mumbles from his perch. Shh, we're going home. The street churns under my feet. My shoes will need cleaning. The heels are just high enough to avoid muck on the uppers. Small mercies. Each step sucks as it separates. Will you take my room or the chair? He yawns. It sounds somewhat like the word yours. So be it. His hand finds one of mine and creeps into a fist to hold it tight. The night might be warmer.
Thank you.
Ugh. My back shudders as
I don't want
I
to
ascend
break
the
up
stairs.
more.
What if he shifts and tips us over? He could break the other leg. He could break my legs. I clench every muscle I can. I still feel prone to fall. But we arrive inside my workshop and continue toward the bedroom. Pulling back the covers, I slip him into my bed. The cane is leant by the headboard. Place one knee on the sheets, only to retract it seconds later. Good night.
No.
No response. Bunching in the corner, I remove my shoes. The door, up again, closed, down again, I take the tie from my hair. Waistcoat off, collar unbuttoned, cravat tossed aside. I should have accomplished more today. I fidget into sleep. Should have taken one of the blankets. Should have taken the left side.
Taya, before I'm not trying to interrupt. I will say, those lines did gut me. Should have taken one of the blankets. Should have taken the left side. Like, that did me in a bit.
Yeah.
That did it.
It's not the knocking that wakes me. It's Alasdair squawking about it.
Get the door, Triss. Get the door.
I scramble to make myself presentable. Thank mercy I didn't drink. Alice remains huddled under the duvet, pillowhead firm over his face. Golden hair snakes from underneath, looping around his neck and braiding across his throat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's concerning. Shouldn't have had so much.
What's concerning?
His hair braiding across his neck.
Like you're worried that means something?
Yes. There's a lot of, like, ropes around necks.
God, if they get fucking hanged together,
That would be a lot.
I would go to bed miserable.
Well, because it was a sign that the fucking Shell was dead. She has a rope around her neck.
You know what? The thing is, that's really fucking awesome if it is a sign he's gonna die.
Oh, anyway.
But the thing is, I know you haven't played as many. This is 100. The comments made me think it was okay. This is very much an above average. This is one of the best visual novels I've played recently.
Well, I'm glad we played it then.
It's definitely, because again, like, they usually don't. The dialogue usually, I'm like, even like dating sims or not, I'm usually, even though I'm a sap, I'm usually like, oh, that was cute. I'm never like, wow, fuck everything. You are so good, Nikki, don't worry. Yeah, no, she mentions it like early on.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's like making fun of her outfit. He's like, this looks like shit. The necklace looks like a rope. Why would you do that? I closed the bedroom
even
behind.
though there's like no audience for it, like fan art of like Shell with her rope and like Alistair with his hair would be like so good.
True. Making my way to the entry, I line my cravat and adjust my ponytail. One last breath of preparation. Hey girl!
Took you long enough.
Late night, terribly sorry.
Do you need to go back to bed?
No. Bed.
You're ready to discuss Shepherd Market? Are you talking to someone?
He's just like hanging out in there and she's like, excuse me?
She's like, I can go.
Should I go?
That'd be really funny if she just walks in and she's like, hey.
Yeah, she's literally like, hello. Curious,
I know
Shell
about
offers
you.
a smile and migrates to the bedroom door. She stands just aside, peering at the wood. She's like, can I find out? Will you tell me why?
She's like, I want to meet your boyfriend. Your man.
I suppose.
Morning, I'm Shell, a repeat customer. Tris told me about the pair of you.
He's like, don't fucking do that. Oh god. The door jolts open. Shell stutters backwards some feet before settling into balance. Her eyes skim over Alistair, hand resting on her lips.
The red and gold's nice, did you?
It's my handiwork.
We're fucked.
It's not good in
What
here.
have you been What if you... Alright, to be fair, it's not like we fucked up because that wasn't a choice. She finds out either way.
Yeah.
What have you been telling this woman?
She's like, Shell is the one who invited me to London.
You told him.
Of course.
Said you're a customer. The commission was an excuse to approach him. Must have been hard. We are not. She is not wording this correctly. I'm like really tense.
I'm nervy.
Like, girl, you gotta say that this is not what he might think it is. Cause like I know that we're gay, but like, does Alistair know that we're like solely gay? Is the thing?
I
You know
don't
what
know.
mean? Like I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about that. I think we just aren't talking about it. Must have been hard figuring a clean introduction. Sure, but we did it. He's willing to meet my associates in Shepherd Market. They're willing to offer him their resources. He's plenty equipped here in Inverness.
She heaves in a breath, then gushes it out. This is a new variety of frustration, perhaps reserved for mortal men. I dare say they ask and misunderstand more than she'd like.
He was broke enough to accept my commission along with my company.
Oh no, we just started to fix things, girl.
Your threats had him anxious for both. Girl, we need to be normal. Chris, why'd you blab that?
Yeah, why did we? I was concerned.
Game, I'm never serious. Wouldn't have... Glad to hear it, but it'd be better if you had friends to laugh off your next joke with. Hoping you'll be thick as thieves.
Oh no.
Not quite.
Oh boy.
Don't fucking leave or I'll kill you. Okay.
Alice
Good, I
hobbles
was
to my
like,
armchair. He folds his legs tight against each other, good over bad, and presses his cane to the gaps between the boards. His posture is held higher than usual.
I thought he was gonna leave really quick and I was like, I'll blow him up. We all have to sit down and talk about this. How do I know he'll come home?
Visit London with me, as discussed.
The more the merrier.
She says with a pained look on her face.
A group trip or no trip at all.
Very well.
So he's coming! He's coming with! I'm like so happy.
He swings his cane onto his thighs and begins to drum his fingers back and forth along the shaft. His anchor focuses on Shell.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm dead. So...
She takes her head off. Like, that's the rope.
She moves
It's like the
behind my
green,
desk,
it's like the
sinking
green,
into my work chair. Piles of offcuts and trim cushion her elbows as she sets them on the desktop.
I'm from London. Some immortal sent me north to fetch Triss. There's nothing else worth telling. The commission. Just an excuse. Lots of effort for an excuse. Triss is a tailor. He doesn't design women's clothes. Did you design it? Beatonized to is that the word?
I don't know.
Beatonized? Beatonized to hell and back. Devilish work. Gave us room to talk. Snug, aren't you?
Well, Alice, leave her alone. She is paying me.
I don't trust.
Be civil or leave.
Alright.
He
No.
stomps his cane on the floor and leverages it to stand. Gone in seconds. Still.
Triss, I'll kill you a little bit. At least he is agreeing to go. Question mark. At least he's decisive.
My apologies.
Accepted, but unnecessary. There's plenty for him to be suspicious of.
Weren't you saying yesterday that you were the least suspect member of your group?
The least culturally suspect, but the worst for Alice's suspicions.
I thought he'd realize women aren't an interest of mine.
Yeah, like, I don't, like, Triss, to be fair, have you really talked about it besides, like, hooking up? Like, I don't know if you've ever, like, sat down and, like, so let's talk about the specifics of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
To keep the pair of you happy, I think Samir would have had to send an elderly Scotsman with a wife and family.
For some reason, I see that combination making him more jealous.
Is he jealous or scared?
Ooh.
I think both. You're planning to meet your own eternal kind when his lifespan's been doubled. He's an outcast if you leave. You're an outcast if you stay.
No, we'll keep together.
What if he wants a third lifetime or fourth?
He won't. I seat myself in Alistair's abandoned armchair. Tell me about them.
You need to decide what you're doing with Alice. He can't be your only contact, but it's not fair to dismiss him outright.
You're offering these people as a support network. What support can they offer?
Respect him. They're an international organization who help with the establishment or re-establishment of mortal identities. Several chapters: Italy, Persia, Algeria.
Algeria?
The richest is a Barbary pirate. Mentioned her in my story. Financed a base a week south of Algiers.
Algiers?
Lovely.
I think.
Algiers? Okay. Lovely, ornate building. Put Shepherd Market to shame.
For an Englishwoman dealing with urgent decomposition issues, you have rather personal opinions about this Algerian spot.
Explaining would overcomplicate things.
I dislike willful omission.
It'd worsen your trouble with Alistair.
Uh-oh. I'm sick of threats.
Consider it a warning. I'd never harm you myself.
She's yet to cause intentional trouble for all the revelations she's noosed me in. Tell me about Algiers.
You're nervous about noosed me in.
Yeah,
I'm so scared.
me too.
Limestone, magnificent sculptures, private water supply, small library of historical books, treasure buried too deep in the desert to be worth finding.
Over the course of hours, we string the conversation and bleed it dry. Shell leads her arms on my desk, describing her friend from Morocco.
Hard-headed, burn-covered woman who loves sticking the remains of her nose into everyone's business. Rachita lights fire with her bare hands, on her bare hands, but they singe her like anyone else. She covers everything but her face and forearms, and they've got the worst damage. She thinks hiding scars is cowardly.
Shell rises from my chair, skirts flooding into place. One hand flattens her on her collarbone as she bows her head. Half prayer, half reflection.
Alice is getting 2 days to decide what he's doing,
Because in 2 days, I'll be finishing this embroidery.
Tomorrow I'll check in to see where we're...
A noise from behind the front door.
Another customer?
I didn't hear anyone
no.
walk up.
I'm scared. Did you hear anyone hobble down?
I rush to the door and swing it open. The knob collides with something.
We hit him. It's bad knee. Was he? Oh, he's probably listening the whole time. Ow.
Have you been listening the whole day?
I've been asleep.
Reaching with one hand, I take the neckline of his shirts and jackets. I use them to hoist him in the air. We love doing this.
I think we're a bit too into it, personally.
His cane clacks to the ground again. I yank him inside, slamming the door as we go. Why stay? What did you hear? Oh, probably a bunch of it. He grasps at my arm, trying to ease the strain of on his collars, trying to force me to release him.
I heard you talking about me, then I fell asleep.
It was supposed to be a private conversation. Yeah.
Stop, both of you.
It's like, wow, you guys are more fucked up than I thought. Hand on mine, she struggles to pry my fingers from his shirt. One must respect a client's request. He topples onto her, scrabbling for footing, placing one leg firm on the floor and an arm around her neck. Oh my god. She grips his waist to provide him more stability. Her chest rises and falls. Must be an old habit. There's no need for her to breathe. There's no need for her to be angry.
Triss, lower that fist.
I obey.
Ugh. Alice, you should have gone home. Triss, why would you grab him like that? His leg's already bad. Let him heal. Not making a mess of this. I should have left this morning. I'm sorry. Best I go.
She almost trips him as she tries to exit.
But careful. Alas, I wasn't thinking. Stop, stop, you can stay. We need to talk as a group.
I'd rather discuss things man to man.
All or none.
There's a turnaround.
Should have given her a chance. Got the record.
Which boundary have I overstepped? Hard to tell when you make a fuss over everything from having your life saved to having your cravat ruffled.
Can't speak for Alice, but the moment you took his neck is the moment I wanted out. Leaving. Let's do that. I'll grab your cane.
Are they both leaving?
What's happening? Thank you.
Where are you going?
Home. Well, Harridan's tip-top company by comparison. See us when you're calm.
Wait.
Good evening.
They both fucking left. The door closes with a delicate click, and I have half a mind to reopen it and slam it. Do either of them understand how I've tried to help? For what? Fake gold and a few fun nights? Effort wasted on wasteful people, who tossed lives and fortunes for their fancies and fears. Good riddance. Get out. Go. Go! You're weary of me taking someone's collar, grabbing a fist of lace and linen, something that'll rip before it chokes, and hoisting its owner less than a foot. Oh my god.
No.
I'm wary of being lifted on a rougher fiber, with greater force than your meek little arms could dream. Beyond what your story can capture, girl. Neither of you know my world, its terrors. I'm tired of being scared. I'm so tired. So tired. Yet I have such a mess to clean. Shell, the trouble with lifting anything is deciding how to settle it. None of this has been set in its place. Beads are stuck in the gaps between floorboards, needles caught along them, ribbons draped across the skirting board like clashing hem. The dress spills across the floor. Easier to write that, but it all must come right eventually.
May I come in?
From my position at the cupboard, the door is but a lean. Wasn't I supposed to find you?
Lost his keys and his landlady wasn't in. Abandoned him at the tavern.
Of course. On tiptoes over the warm sky of my floor, gold stars on an oak night to the armchair.
There's a French immortal who can summon wind by gesturing. Whenever I visit Marseille,
I
the
think
quarters are like this. Also, my brother's coming home from work, so if there's any background noise, that's why I'm gonna tell him to be quiet, but...
How does she tidy it?
Not sure she does, given her brains as scattered as her table. Do you want a hand?
Shouldn't I be making that offer?
Let me turn on push to talk and see if that'll make that better. 1 second. You've already given every kind of hand I could reasonably ask for. The same for him. More for him. She's like, you're not fucking me.
I drop the beads into their jar. Tap, 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 and sit the lid in place. Ought to let my nails grow. Gathering these seeds might spend my immortality. Criticizing Alice for being childish with half my recent breaths, and it transpires I'm the worst of us.
I would say you're wrong.
She's like, yeah, and? Huh. Do you think Shepherd Market will want me?
We've had worse behavior.
How long have you been dead, girl?
Fairy and Sinbad met via Fairy destroying a whole stock of vases Sinbad brought to trade. They're 100% there. I'm so happy. It took a lot of money to smooth that over. A lot of apologies. They made it. You'll make it.
They made it. Ugh.
They literally made it. They literally made it.
Like, if we find out they're actually dead at some point, I'll lose my mind.
Like, what's the point? What's the point of it?
What's the point? He and I have gone 4 years without anyone knowing. We both have tempers. We make our points through sharper exchanges the most. It's a problem, of course it is, but he doesn't think. If someone doesn't think, they can't be reasoned with, and if someone can't be reasoned with, they can't be stopped without force. Should I let him run us into the ground? Shell clasps her hands against my night chair and curls her fingertips into the wood. Slumping forward, she laughs.
I'm the last person to ask.
Between her dismissive sorts and pained shakes of her head, she reopens into proper posture. Her feet are tucked together near her hem and her shoulders held back. Barely 5 seconds, but a cleaner break from character than her prior diversions.
What you do in the grand scheme is up to the pair of you. Tonight you should apologize. It's always worth apologizing.
Folding the ribbon into anxious figure eights, I put the coils on their shelf. I'm sorry for scaring you.
Thank you. That's a start.
I'm sorry I stopped your story.
He needs this, not me.
I know, I just...
Get to that top. She's like, alright, no.
There's still thread on the floor of my upended off-cut box. It is very funny to think about, like, the other version of this where you do keep saying, because you're just, like, really into the story, and she's like, you need to go make up with your boyfriend. And he's like, no. Tell me about Fury, Sinbad, and Mariana. Like, I don't give a shit.
She's like, fuck, okay then. I think that at this point, she is that everyone sucks here Reddit post. She's the one right now saying, like, you know what? You two are perfect for each other in the worst way.
Mm-hmm. My shirt stinks of sweat, my stockings are running at the heels, my hair needs a bucket of water slopped on it. Too much to do.
Go to the fucking tavern.
Tomorrow.
This mess will be here, the other won't.
She's like,
be.
if you don't go fucking talk to him, he will leave. Fix your shit.
Because, like, he will. Like,
and his
you're an
bad
idiot.
mood.
Will only last if you let it.
She's like, if you will fix this. You will fix this.
I'm still thinking about should have taken one of the blankets, should have taken the left side. It's like haunting me. Whatever. Don't make me keep repeating myself, Triss.
She winks and folds her arms. Thrusting the tavern open with the heel of my palm, I give any inhabitants a vague, rueful stare.
Rose, bit late.
The room returns it, perilously sober. Taking a break from his reliable position behind the counter, the tavern keeper thuds to meet me.
What kept you?
What trouble with Alice is Alice trust in tonight? Did Fairbairn cast his accounts on your boards again?
Oh no. Is he like in jail?
Oh no.
We're fucked.
We're fucked.
Worse. Needed someone to restrain him and none of the regulars volunteered. He's in proper trouble now, Taya.
Oh no.
It's over.
Oh, no.
It's so Jover.
Any debts owed, I'll pay.
Not drinks. Made us sick, sure, but it takes a lot to get him mauled. No, he started something.
Everyone brawls. This isn't a spot for the gentry. Oh my god.
We don't brawl with. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, he's. Oh my god, is he actually. No, Taya, he's gonna die. I'm like. Taya.
Read the line. Read the line. We gotta keep going.
We don't. You're right. We don't brawl with old women in view of English soldiers.
Bollocks.
Fuck. Took him to jail. Not sure if it'll be till morning or till sentencing. God.
Shite.
Good lad. Troubled, but not a troublemaker. Rose, don't let him do him like his cousin.
I won't. Can't. Shit. Lights on in the jailhouse. Fucking shit. Oh my god.
I'm freaking the fuck out, Taya.
I punch the door until the candle leaves the window pane. Minutes later,
Who
it
the
opens.
fuck is this ugly guy?
At this hour, I hope you're suffering. I hope you're offering me a pineapple for the trouble. I often ask locals for trees. My friend was arrested. It's a fruit, sir. Given you're a twig. In twig, I'd expect you to know that. I don't understand what this means. There's something.
Does it mean that he's fruity?
That's how it reads. It's like,
Yeah, even with your fucking outfit.
You knew what a fucking pineapple was.
God.
Pardon? Or are you a mushroom? My friend, officer, what the fuck does this mean?
I'm like freaking out right now.
You're well dressed to be plain about it. Your man's the drunkard. Blonde, carries a cane. Yeah, smacks women in the face. You're not supposed to visit after dark. Do you need money? Perhaps. I was awake. To my office for the keys, then we'll visit the problem child. Inside, too many drawers to promise I'll be quick. The room seems lived in, with its roaring fire and velvet chairs. Given the accent, English, licking our shared border, his options are likely here or a bunk. As he rummages his desk, I inspect a cabinet in the dim corner. Ceramic figures, Asian dishware, and a basket-hilt sword gifted by a close clan. A rapier hung from his personal chair that says he's skilled with piercing blades, not broadswords. What a waste. The theft was wrong on its own. Almost broke her nose. Fairbrain, his name. Fairbane. Fairbairn. Almost broke her. Bind you to assault her. His late uncle's lease, sir. Actually, no explanation required. You make it sound premedicated. Give her 10 minutes, you'd understand. Finished with the drawers on the right, he sidles to the left. No matter their attitude, people ought to respect their owners. The owners of their property, you mean? Looking from the drawer with lips parted teasingly, the officer's gloves squeak against the glossed wood of the desk. Hello! Were you admiring my broadsword, sir?
What a line.
Ah, shit. Your Claydemore, I don't know how to say that word, I'm sorry, has a beautiful hilt. A charming welcome from the region.
I should have talked more to the guy on a dating app who was offering to tell me about swords. He would have been my hero.
Just like that, he's back in the drawer, thumbing past loose paper and a delicate chain jewelry. I never got your name. Master Rose, if you please. I'm Officer Faulkner. Raising his hands, keyring looped around his fingers, he nods toward the hallway. The smile that follows is wry as I've ever seen. If his subjects amuse him easily, I doubt Officer Faulkner is ever bored. Hey! Mud laps at his ankles, and water drips from his face. The pail inside is 2/3 empty. As we approach, Alice glares. Sober?
Mellow, what's he told you?
You punched an old woman?
She had it coming.
There's an officer here.
I'm through with her rag and happy for everyone to know it. Please, please.
Please, Alice. I was considering a raid of the pantry if you'd rather everyone left. Letting me alone with a criminal? Criminal. Big word for an ordinary tosspot. Have your talk, I'll be back. What if we run? What if we leave? What if we go to England right now?
Can we break him out? Can we go scoop Shell and be like, guess what? We're going now.
Pivoting on his heel and pacing to the door, he leaves as promised. Curt footsteps pierce through the other side, around a corner into whatever room. Alice stands, his cane still on him, and moves to the bars. Oh.
She did have it coming, putting my rent higher and higher, insulting me, asking me why I'd brought food or firewood or any supply I'd brought home. Then she sees me in the alehouse and comes over all hobbity-gee, says if you're living in his room you owe his praise. Tell her she can't charge it at short notice. She says I could abide him flooring himself, he had reasons. You've no excuse, you're a wee hopping Giles. Can't keep his working leg straight for his drink.
Oh my god. So you hit her.
So I hit her. Suppose I'll be evicted.
Excellent situation you've wobbled into.
Can you get me out of it?
No. Officer Faulkner seems pliant, but Alice is a liability. Helping him from jail, fair, but what then? Housing? Food?
He's coming with
When
us.
he seemed so eager to declare independence. Do either of us want the aftermath of this? Possibly.
Do you know the intended punishment wasn't a fight, just a single blow?
That's the problem. An old woman, Alice.
For calling me a cripple.
Your arms are fine.
She's been ruining my life.
Faulkner sides with those proprietor on these land disputes. I'll try.
Please.
The door shifts behind me, waving air through the stagnant cell block. Tablet again. My retainer fell for the baker's daughter, and it's been inescapable since. Decent talk, gentlemen. A corner of crumbling, boozy confectionery is draped from Faulkner's mouth, pinned in place by an eye tooth. Useful. I'm glad. Best be off, Master Rose. I intend to rest soon. Alas, if I can...
Thank you.
Officer Faulkner follows to the door, leaning into the frame and folding his arms like a chaperone ending a date. 10 pounds. 10 pounds? You discussed his freedom. The price is 10 pounds. Weren't you in the pantry? The building echoes. That's a sixth of my annual wages. Dressed well enough, aren't you? I'm a tailor. Ah, a knight of the needle. If I weren't stuck in uniform, I'd ask for a costume. Shame. 10 pounds, Master Rose, or a pineapple.
You good?
I'm trying to...
Does that mean anything?
That's what I was trying to figure out. They're 25, by the by. He'll need new lodgings, too. The government doesn't need to know about my spike in earnings. Bail, however high, is an affordance I could make. An apartment, though. I'm not his minder. No, then why visit?
We gotta get him out of here.
Consider the terms set. Your choice, whether to meet them.
They'll be mad.
They'll be mad.
I mean, we're playing... Well, because we've been playing it like we're trying to make up with him. It'd be weird if we switched now.
Excellent. See me with the payment and a letter confirming his address. Whatever it is, I'll find that. Shell ought to have ideas. Shell, we gotta do this fast, girl. Brilliant news. Jerking from the splay on the armchair, she turns to me. She was napping again.
He accepted the apology?
He's in jail.
Oh.
Shit.
I thought she would be ignorant of curses. I thought she wouldn't hurt a fly. She already did that.
Don't tell me he'll be...
Imprisoned? No, I struck a bargain. He's being evicted. From the volume of relief on her face, she was making darker assumptions. I don't know why I didn't think I had to read that. He can't stay here.
I didn't suggest...
You would've.
I might have. I mean, what if he did?
The apartment through the wall is empty. Abandoned since the early 40s.
Do you know the owner?
There's the problem. Could buy somewhere outright.
Did you mention ancestral land?
What if I figure this out later?
Rebuild, expensive, time consuming. Where would he go in the meantime?
Oh, I wonder if that's why it couldn't be here, is because people would suspect something if they were living together.
Mm-hmm.
You could find the deed and take him in for the weight.
I told you.
Oh shit.
Do you love him, Triss?
Do I? Bickering, trying to run, hurting him, protesting his attempts to leave. Do I love that? Enough.
Is that it?
Heading abroad anyway. Won't be spending too long cramped in here together.
Then...
Yes. We're bound for London. Thank God. Rolling the keys around their ring, Officer Faulkner sighs. It's a roof. Supervision as well. And if he hits you, you'll wallop him harder. Hopefully not. We're lucky an expensive commission came in. Bail would have been impossible without. Oh, what kind? The keys are set on the desk. Lacing his fingers with a leathery creak, he rests his chin atop them. A dress fit for royalty. Okay. Eyes lit and feet pumping a groan from the floorboards, he eases closer. None past the border. Wherever did you find someone with a capital? Couldn't say. She wandered in with coin and no clear story. Be wary of counterfeits, Mr. Rose. Master Rose. I trust her. How would I substantiate the claims of an insubstantial spirit, anyway? I'll have my retainer check its validity, then we'll give you your man. My man. Your house, your charge, yours. Hope you know what to do with him. Quiet. 7 in the morning on a weekend. The bakery stands open if you enter. It reeks of burnt sugar. Leaning into the sunlight, thin as it is, Alice smiles. Blonde hair and gold trim shine with new value after seeing them in that cell.
Live with you?
That's the deal.
Cramped as a cupboard.
There was only one bed. You can put
And we should have taken the left side.
Ugh. You can put your flowers on the chest of drawers. Change the covers on the bed, add your blanket. Provided
I can fetch them.
That's my next errand. The boots you leave loose on your shelf. I've got a proper box to store them in.
I don't want to be a doll.
Never, Alice. Never. I will treat him better. Oof. Can everyone be normal now? Can we go to London and be normal?
Please, I need them to all skip into the sunset together and like curtains. That's what I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need one shot of like our guys meeting them, and then we're good.
The arrangement's all right.
Given a day to require his belongings and shuffle my storage, the apartment is working nicely. With his old vase of tulips tipped into an empty lot near the river, the sole casualty of the move has been something that was wilting regardless. We replaced it with roses, shoved them in his room. Shell would make a joke if she saw. We're fine.
The cupboards are lockable.
He's like, yay!
Plenty of space.
Doesn't matter, I expect his land will have at least 4 walls on it once we're home from England. Moving from the far corner, his collection of cheap plates has been stacked on my modest array of high-end china. Alice sighs through his nose.
England.
Fuck England.
You found a builder?
Found. As it happens, a number of Alice's alehouse friends are carpenters.
Better than carpenters, stonemasons. Fairbairn Estate won't be burned twice.
There weren't any architects about, but I've noted the addresses of our foremen to be, and they'll send him plans from London.
Plonk some rock. Was the word plonk around back then?
Maybe.
You know what? Yeah.
Plonk some rocks in the lot done. I'll be planning climbers, fancy design, so we'll only get covered by the fines.
We're doing this properly. Building a home together.
Don't proper me.
He leans in, a finger waved near my nose at his breath across my chin.
I'm gonna end it all.
I read the rest of the line, sorry. I'm after a balance, propriety in the streets, impropriety in the sheets.
You know what? I really want them to stay together now. I know that we were hyping up a breakup. Now they need to be together.
Just kidding.
Or else.
Unfortunately,
I
poor
know.
masonry is an exterior issue. The architect is non-negotiable. There's no retreat. Alice stays propped on tiptoes. Spiced apple fogs into my nose. Normally, I'm resistant to cider. She's like, excuse me?
I'm gonna throw something. Gentlemen.
Shell's like, guys?
Hey.
I'm
Fuck
here.
later.
Shell.
Give me the dress and I'll leave you both to it.
She's like, clearly you guys need some alone time, so I'm gonna go. Alice wipes his hair across his flushed cheeks, skin matched to his coat. To the cupboard, he begins setting his bowls in mine. She's in the bedroom.
If I was Alice, I would just kill myself after that.
She pivots through the door like an off-kilter dancer. Oh, the dress was there, I think. That was just like...
What do you think?
That's not how that dress style works. That's not what a stomacher is, but yes.
She's pretty. Perfect, just perfect. At least this went right for me. She's like, you guys have your issue. I got my dress.
Hmm?
I feel like an empress or a queen or a lady, not a merchant's child. Clothes really do make the man, don't they?
The woman.
Voice wavering, and I can't place whether from excitement or anxiety, though the praise is honest. Pleased to hear it.
It's done. We're done.
3 days later, with crockery in place and directions in my notebook, I take a quarter of the gold from my desk. A portion goes to a coach, a portion to a new valise, whatever. Alice packs a single set of clothes atop my belongings. We must buy him a change, visit Pall Mall, or any paved street. They have so many. Shell swore she'd meet us when we left. We lug them back to the muddy middle of the road and load it onto the roof of the coach. Uh-oh.
She not showing.
There's a history of lying behind her.
Really, seems so earnest. Guess she'd keep her words well if she minded them.
I have a bad feeling. Guesswork's what she's
Oh,
best
no.
for. You sure
What
we
are you
don't
feeling
need a
about?
second bag? We have plenty of space.
I'm scared to put one in.
Anything. We'll be at least a few days on the road and at least a month in London. Oh, thank God.
Sorry I'm late.
What did you think would happen?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Shell emerges from a
Shell-
nearby alley with a sack in her arms, skirts shuffling and cargo rattling.
Loading up with us. Hmm.
I'm making my own way out of town.
To where? The Lock? Any other destinations faster with horses?
None of your business, Tris. She's like, I don't want to be in the middle of whatever you guys are doing,
You
so...
are not my employer anymore. She hugs the sack tighter. A few days on the road and you'll be with your friends.
Then you'd ride home and I'd decay. In terms you'll understand, we let this fester or we make a clean break.
On instinct, I look at Alice's crutch. We must have spent at least a year with them to know what their African offices look like. If rot's such a problem, it would have taken you to the bone before you arrived here. Who are you? Hoisting the sack to her face, she makes an unidentifiable noise.
Someone less important than Alice.
Oh yeah.
Please, leave.
Alice paces towards us, exchanging the serious look with her.
Let her be. Driver is sat upon thorns waiting, liable to double the fee if he's kept in place longer.
Smiling and shrugging such a shame, Sel steps aside.
Bedrood, Tris.
What does that mean, Shell?
Plenty.
We men clamber into the coach and I take a backward seat. She sweeps into the alley, the mud barely marked by her footprints. Farewell, ghost. Would you rather I run my errand on arrival or spend a day getting you established?
Most of a week in a coach together, but better get out of my hair when you can.
It'll be Mayfair at Shepherd Market. I'm sure you'll find something to do.
Papers say there's 700-some thousand people in London. Can't figure not nor fathom that.
They won't all be in attendance. It's not like Inverness. People should mostly be our sort.
That sort being gay.
Poor and or foreign. you're after a more specific kind of kinship, I'd recommend Covent Garden. Okay. The coach pulls past a series of shrubs and dry stone walls, barely silhouetted in the moonlight. As we reach their intersection... Oh, no. I was gonna say, didn't they reuse this from when he pulled the dead body out? As we reach their intersection, there's a flash of recognition in my mind. The landscape is made plain with each rise and fall of writ in the bold font of local trauma. Alice presses his palm to the pane, leaning for the clearest view.
Here, I happened here.
Oh boy. The glass fogs. He wipes it clean. He peers through the smudge. Battleground was further along the road.
Found him in a pile.
Hasn't he mulled over the details enough? I'm sure in every flavor of drink. At the beach on Sunday under a table. He knows what happened.
Who tracks a dozen men into a heap?
Someone who wants them taken home. It's not worth getting angry or assuming the worst. We'll be among the English for a while. I need to have a high opinion of them. I need to try to. The world won't let every problem be solved. Alice is here, even if he's crying. Shell's instructions are easy to follow. 3rd floor of a stock brick building with a name on the door.
I need to see her, guys.
Samir Perrault. His plaque is bright silver, the metal, not the color, and 3 knocks summons a cheery answer. Un momento. Feet bounce to the door in an uneven rhythm. The rug, Idris.
I was like, wait.
The bounce lowers to a saunter. A lock, a real lock, pins tumbling and bolts swinging, rattles on the interior. 2 men greet me. Hi, guys. I'm Tristram Rose.
I'm like looking at I'm looking at the skin colors and hair colors. And I'm like, wait.
No. Islands, you're the healer. An embarrassing delay. Pardon, I wasn't aware you existed. On our part, we intended to greet you years ago, but our volunteer kept postponing the trip. My name is Samir. Shell said as much. Shell? Oh. Wonder... Oh, wait, this is Idris. Oh, God, I don't have voices for these guys. Wondered about the personal part of the plan. Flaking on obligations, typical. Name's a great joke. The greatest talkers are always the worst doers. Tell us, Master Rose, about this Shell. What would you like to know? What the fuck is happening? What did they look like this time? What? What the fuck did that mean?
Huh?
I assume you find out more in a different ending. Right?
I wanted that to be the good ending though, because we won. We did everything.
I don't know what ending that was.
Also, sound effects from freesound.org, so true. If you like sit in on like any animation showcase at CCAD, everyone's fucking credits are like all sound effects freesound.org.
Man. That was an emotional journey.
I wanted to see our guys.
God. That was a lot of credits, yeah.
I'm tired, but what are your thoughts?
We got baggage.
Okay.
Sorry, I was like trying to see what ending we got. I really liked it, and I do want to know the other ones. I really want to know the other ones.
No, me too.
It doesn't look like we got... I assume that the true ending is ending 1, so we did not get it.
I mean, maybe, we don't know. It could be the last one.
Well, I can say that I scrolled through it super quick without reading anything, the walkthrough, and the first ending is the longest by far.
I kind of want to spoil it for myself and read up.
I mean, all it is basically like what choices you take.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
The one thing I'll say, which it's not a criticism because linear visual novels are still great. Like Butterfly Soup was one of my first favorite visual novels when I was in like high school, and that's literally a visual like a linear one because the few choices don't change the ending. There's only one ending. This is a pretty linear visual novel, so gameplay wise, even though the choices do matter, there's not a lot of choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're not constantly like able to change a bunch.
I will say there's 2 more choices in the other one.
Got it. But still, like, maybe it's also because the last visual novel I played a few weeks ago was one where, like, every single choice added to your personality. Like, you had a personality meter that, like, so, and, like, there was always a dialogue choice, like, every 5th line or something. So, it could just be that. However, I don't at all think, I think the dialogue was so good that it made up for it, because the thing with linear visual novels is, since it's a lot less gameplay, and even if there are choices, since they're more spread out, typically if the dialogue is lacking, it really it's even more noticeable because you're not as swept up in choice making. But the dialogue in this was so fucking good.
It was good. It was
that
good.
It was like, it could have been it could have been one ending and I would have still been like, it's like, that was really good. Wow.
That was good.
Do you want them to break up? I kind of don't want them to break up anymore.
I know. I'm sure if you played some of the other ones, the other routes, it's like, these guys gotta fucking break up.
But, like, what if they, like, were perfect for each other in, like, real bad ways?
Man. It's
the line.
I'm gonna just keep thinking about it.
I'm gonna be tossing and turning. The way that we were like, oh, it's gonna be just like a silly little stream, and we're like, fuck. Now what?
Emotionally fucked up by the visual novel.
I'm literally gonna be staring at my ceiling tonight, just like, I should have taken one of the blankets. I should have taken the left side. I'm just gonna be like rolling around.
And I'm admittedly, I think I'm shocked I haven't watched The Old Guard yet. It's been on my list since it came out. Just like, I'm a huge fan of like immortals together.
Since Shell wasn't a vampire, that does mean that you can take my idea of is that
I'm taking it for Victor because I need a design for Victor in like the next few days.
Got it.
Here's the thing. Sometimes Art Fight lets you choose and sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna be trying my damn hardest to get on Team Vampire. Also,
I'm just probably not gonna do Art Fight because I'm too busy.
I am too busy, but like my favorite thing to do is to think I'm gonna do Art Fight and then to do 2 drawings and nothing else for the rest of the month.
I have friends who do it all the time, who do it so much.
Nella does it like crazy. Nella is so impressive about it.
Lucky, and you know how good Lucky's style is too. Lucky fucking churns shit out, and I'm always like, I don't know how you can be that good and like also be like cranking them
Here's
out
the
that
thing.
fast.
I'm gonna be doing all my zine stuff, and I'm also going to be doing, trying to write as much as I can of my vampire book, and on top of that, the first week of July is Naramitsu week.
Fuck, I don't even know if I'll have anything for Naramitsu.
I have about 3,000 words written.
That's good.
It's chapter 1. That's not enough.
I wanted to try to get some animatic or in storyboard work done this summer, and I haven't even touched my drawing tablet. So
all of this is assuming that this weekend I finish 3 zine pieces, which are basically 4 zine pieces, all of the formatting of a zine, and at least half, if not more, of another zine piece, on top of all of the pictures I need for zines and any remaining ordering, as well as multiple forms.
Bother me if you need opinions on anything. I'm actually going to be watching my dad's girlfriend's dogs at her house, so I'm pretty much just gonna be me alone with animals, which like is great, but I'm probably gonna be like, after I finish my zine piece tomorrow, I'm probably gonna be like, I need more stimuli. So
yeah, I'll let you know. It'll just depend. Sorry, I just saw the time and I would like to go to sleep.
Me too.
Alright, so on Monday, I will be playing more Leighton Brothers Mystery Room. I've been throwing some spaghetti at the wall with JJ, so we have some theories and thoughts. On Thursday, I will be playing Nancy Drew Ransom of the Seven Ships, which is not going well, but we will play it. We're gonna play it.
Seems like a nightmare.
We're not gonna have fun, but we're gonna fucking play it. And then on Friday, because, like, I assume it comes out at midnight on the 30th.
It better.
It wouldn't make sense for it to come out when it becomes the 31st. But Ronnie and I will be playing Ghost Trick. And we're gonna learn about these fucking tricks.
And we are going to have guys for it, hopefully.
We're probably gonna have guys for it. Hopefully.
And I don't know what else. I don't know,
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Thank you all for coming. Have a good day and night. Drink some water. I'll see you whenever Bye.